losers. Wait, I need to raise my glasses. Holy shit. I look stupid. Hi everyone, welcome back to another stream. As promised, I said I'll do a fashion stream eventually, and I did. Yay! The background music is a little bit too loud for me. There we go. Okay. Hi everyone. I'm wearing a bow tie. Get it? I couldn't find a picture of a bow tie, so I just put a bow on top of a tie. Anyways, for those of you that do not know, hi, I'm Mika. I'm kidding. I'm Mika, and yes, I had taken fashion design before. So today, I'll just be chilling, talking as I tell you guys the wondrous worlds of fashion. If any, I have seen some people like in pre-chat saying like, "Oh, I'm in fashion design." Oh, good luck. Or people saying they want to take fashion design. All I can say is good luck. But by the end of the day, chat, fashion is super fucking easy. And I know that low-key controversial take because I suffered for years for it, but it's basically, if you have common sense, it allows a lot of things. And I'm not saying like you're stupid. I'm not, but I am. You know? No. It's just, I'll tell you guys the way I tell my juniors back then, because I used to be a teacher's pet or whatever the fuck. But not really. I'll just tell you guys stuff that I learned. And I took notes because I completely forgot about it. Because by the end of the day, it's like, you kind of just have to YOLO. With a lot of things in art, you kind of have to YOLO. Have you heard about, yes, I heard about it. I can't access shit, but I have tried stuff and it works. Hopefully it stays forever. Like, the solution. Yeah, also, do a little disclaimer. Some plans might be changed for like next week and shit. Sag. But that is the world we live in, and I can't do anything about it but cry. So, sorry about that. But today, I'll teach you quick. Look, I even have a pen. I'm bad at writing. Tab. Woohoo! Where's my eraser tool? Fuck it. I don't even remember. Okay. I have my pen tab here. And I can teach you fashion. Wow. Don't do it. I'll teach you shit on like how to make it and how to style yourself. Those are two things that I'm probably gonna teach you today. But I'll do my best because I'm not a teacher. No fucking shit. I'll teach it the way I teach a 5-year-old, right, chat? We'll start with like the most basic shit. The most basic of all basic shit. And if you guys ever want to take fashion classes, or you're not interested and you just kind of want to make clothes because you can, basic as shit, right? We'll start with the first one, which is sketching, drawing. This is usually for like if you're in school. Right, it's called fashion sketching. I don't know whether they call it this because they want to sound cooler, but all I know is the proportions are different. So I'll teach you about it. I'll make a smiley face. The proportion is different, and there are stuff there that would implement something else, and I'll tell you about it. Second thing I'll tell you about is pattern making, which sucks. I hate pattern making, but I'd rather take pattern making because pattern making is actually fucking easy. If you go to fashion school, all I can say is this, right? They're going to give you a book. And it's gonna have like numbers and you have to do math. Like you measure this. Like your bust, I'll do this. Bust is equal to A. And then shoulder is equal to A square plus B plus... and shit like that. And honestly, you do not need to know this. You do not need to know that. You really don't. I spent so long trying to understand it, and I never fucking used that knowledge my whole fucking life. In like the industry. I have never once used it. Kind of. But I'll explain to you why I don't use it. And lastly, I'll tell you about fabric and styling, which apparently people want to know because, I don't know, you want to look good? I can't write. So look at how big my canvas is today. So I'll teach you this basic shit, right? Very, very basic shit. Bang, bang. Oh, I can't use a pen tab. I'm not used to this. I'm used to a pencil. Alright. What about colors? Yeah, I'll teach that in the end. I'll teach you guys a little. I'll tell you guys here. Mika, what are your 3 sizes? Big, thick, mommy. Fuck. I'll tell you guys about fashion sketching. It's actually really nice. Because it's fucking easy. You know, artists would go to so hard, like artists try so hard to make the proportions perfect. Well, I got news for you. You don't need to do that. Here's how I draw, right? This is face, neck, shoulder, waist, hip, bang, 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 bang. Okay, I cannot use a pen tab. Okay, I cannot use a pen tab. Let's just say this here, and then here. Leg, 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 leg. I swear I draw better. I just can't use a pen tab, chat. I cannot use a pen tab. I'm doing my very best. Okay. We ignore the fact that they have hands. They do, but I can't draw straight lines. Fuck it. Fuck it. Whatever. Good enough. Legit. Here's how it works. Let me have it in a different color. Here's how it works, okay? We go by the thing called a 3:3:3 ratio. If you go to like one of the schools, they will teach you this. I have not seen a video of someone talking about this because obviously everyone has a different style. But usually they go by a 3:3:3 body ratio. And this is why I tell you, fashion is unrealistic as fuck. So don't ever compare yourself to that. Oh, I can actually do this to make it straight. Oh, I'm so smart. So this, head to your waist is part 1, right? And then head to waist is equal to waist to knee. That's 2. It's the same thing. Like this part is equal to this part. It's the same shit, right? Because obviously people work that way. And then, mind-blowingly enough, that's the same measurement here all the way to your feet. So this is called the 3:3:3 body ratio. And this is what you use to kind of sketch it like on top. Like after you finish doing this shit, you can make your clothes on top of this model. And obviously, oh shit, no human body is like this. This is like, no human body is like this. And why they do it like this, and it's called a 3:3:3 because I think like head 1, like 1, 2, 3. And then it's like multiplied. That's what I got fucking in my book. I don't know. You can call it 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, whatever. But the only reason people actually do it here is because they need a canvas to draw something on. Right? For example, this is just like the roughest example. Fashion sketching makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. Most of the time, people don't even care. Because this is what I like to do. And this is something that my teachers never understood. I like to color this part. Like roughly. Also, I'm doing it on a different layer. So do not panic. So I like to color this part. And then I'm like, what do I want to make? I don't know. Something here. Something here. Goes down. Something here. This is hard because I'm using a pen tab. And none of my lines actually fall the way I wanted to. And that's fine. For example, this is just a quick example, right? I hate making dresses. I am not a dress making type of person. But I will YOLO just for today. Okay. I do this. And this is what I do during an art block, by the way. So most of the time, I'm not actually this YOLO-y. Thank you, Winful. Welcome to the Packer Champs. Welcome. And then afterwards, on top, I add what I actually want. Like, after I figure shit out a little bit. I add a little bit of what I want. If they would let me fucking draw on it, of course. If not, then I guess I will just die. Please let me draw. Oh, it does, finally. And this is... What I like to do is I would sketch like something super roughly. Is my pen just hold... Oh, I'm holding my pen upside down. So I keep clicking the button that's on the pen. How do people draw? And I'll teach you guys about this in a bit. But most of the time... in fashion, right? It literally does not matter. It does not matter what things go on in the background. What I like to do is I actually like to make a sketch with colors on them. And then I scan it. And then I do whatever the fuck I want there. Which makes things significantly more easier for me. And then you go with whatever the fuck you can from the color. Stuff like that. But I need to tell you this thing where you need to draw this shit. And I'll teach you what this is. This is called a princess line or a dart. I'll teach you guys what it is. Why you need to make these kind of drawings is because you need to make technical designs. Yay! You don't really need to if it's just for fun. Not for fun. Not fun. Technical designs are not fun. So, I'll teach you about it. It's called dart. Because bodies are not flat. Big brain. But technical design is something you need in the industry later on. Because here's the thing, right? When you want to mass produce something, no one can see my sketch and go like, oh yes, I clearly know what she wants. No, they need math. They need a specific mathematical drawing of what you want for them to reproduce. And thus, you need technical design, and then you need to put in a technical paper, which I'm not gonna talk in depth about it here because I fucking hate it. But you need Adobe AI for that. I recommend Adobe AI. It's very, very easy. Fashion has a lot of math. I'll teach you that later. So, now that you know the proportion of how unrealistic fashion is, right, I need to point out some certain key factors here, chat. Thank you, Baron. Thank you.
This is kinda cool, even though I don't understand the fashions is.
It's okay. It's super easy. Literally super easy. Here's why I keep saying do not like compare yourself to fashion models, because this is unrealistic as fuck. Like, logically, if you bend your knees right now, your knees are going to touch maximum your chest or your collarbone. It's not going to go all the way up to your face. Right, but fashion says it will. Just ignore it. Fashion's weird. But if you note, right, when you draw in fashion, if you want it to be for... And this is good for your portfolio, by the way. This is usually for your portfolio or for your presentation. You don't want something that looks like this, because this is too straight. Yes, you do not want your shit to look straight. You go by what is called an S shape. S shape. I can't spell. S shape. And the easiest way to do it is face, right? Wow, this is my second time using a pen tab, so ignore it. Unrealistic body. Like this. This is the easiest way I do it. And if you do it differently, that's completely fine. Everyone has different art styles, but this is how I do it. So one goes down, one goes up, and the other goes down. This way, you kind of can get like a fucking rough momentum going on as you're drawing. So it's not as like weird. You know what I mean? The legs have to go all the way off screen for this shit to work. But we ignore that for now. Bang. Ugh. Bang. It basically goes, one goes here, one goes here, and the other goes there. That way, you can make your clothes flare out, which shows that you know what you're doing, even though you don't. But I wish I was kidding. This is what you do. Because teachers would prefer seeing this shit than this shit. This shit's good. This shit's bad. Why? Because this one moves. Moves in the wind, you know? It's like, wow, look at this character. She's so flawless and she moves. Fucking pen tab. Wow, she moves, chat. Which means it's obviously better.
I'm failing class already. What should I do?
It's okay. Bribery.
Still okay, right?
Yeah, by the way, the whole thing with the... Yeah, I can't really say because it's political or whatever. It doesn't really affect my stream because I didn't connect it to that. Ha 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 ha, see? I'm smart. But I do have other factors in life where I do use PayPal. Sad, but it's okay. We're gonna ignore that for now. We're hoping, praying things are changing. I don't know. Smart. Because this shit, right? It moves. Wow. There must be like wind. Because the clothes are so cool, the people go outside. There's so many arrows on screen. But yeah, you see how this, on like the general basis, not like this, But generally, this is more nicer to see in a portfolio compared to this. Like, this is nicer to see compared to this shit. Even though all of it is a fucking windy mess, but... yeah. That's kind of how it works. You can also do it the exact opposite way around if you want to create, like, dynamics on it. Where you go, like, bang, bang, bang. Same concept. Absolutely same concept. I'm getting kind of used to the pen tab. Absolutely same fucking concept. Yes, prickly tits, because every woman has prickly tits. What do you mean? Women have prickly tits? Yes. And most of the time, chat, when I draw shit, I don't even fucking fill them out. They're left as a stick man. The only thing you need, usually in a fashion design thing, is just the fucking, like, boobs and waist and hip. That's kind of it, right? But Mika, everything you've drawn has been sideways. Oh, well, I have a tip for you, chat. You want to know an S shape that is facing forward? No? Well, you get it anyways. Instead of doing shit that makes the body goes left side, right side, you can just make the fucking legs go left side, right side. Because that is very optimal. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Legs together, bad. Legs crossing each other, good. I wish I'm joking. But it is what it is, chat. Fashion is a fucking fun industry. It's like this. See, your face goes here. That way, this goes here. It's like ping-ponging, you know? Basic as shit. Easiest way to kind of give your portfolio to a teacher and have them go like, ah, yes, I see your vision, even though they don't. You know? If you make the art good enough, the teachers won't really have the balls to say anything because they probably don't understand. As long as you make it look nice, it is fine. Simple, very, very simple shit. Wow, I can't draw any straight line here. Easy, very easy. And again, this is not proportionate at all, right? Like fashion, normal artists in chat are like, Mika, they're not proportional. Well, yes, because we fucking hate bodies. Body idealism ain't real, but it's called sketching because you need a canvas. That's literally it. You just need a canvas that you can have like art on. So you at least know what you're going with. Simple fashion sketching shit, right? Make sure, so here's the first tip. First tip, 3:3:3 body ratio. Second tip, make them, I don't know, look like an S. Look like an S. Like this. Because movement is better than no movement, even though it is equally still both bad. Third, scan. Scan your shit, chat. When you're making something like this, and then you draw on top of it, right? And then you color on top of it, and then you don't like it, how are you gonna change it? So what I do is I would scan my original drawing, print it, and then make completely different outfits, and then pick the one I like eventually. Here's how it works, right? This is what I do, but maybe that's because I'm a tryhard. I would start with 60 sketches. Legit. 60 sketches. I would pick 20 to color. And then, finally from 20, I pick 18 or 15 to finalize. So 60 is to make 15 or 18. Yeah. Because trust me, you will need it. You will need it. Because everything in fashion is just replication. And that's me being dead honest. There is no such thing as originality anymore. There's only being inspired by something and then kind of reproducing something in a way that you envision it. So you're not tracing, you're not copying, you're just inspired. There's no such thing as originality. So you do need like a lot of sketches because here's how it starts. It will start with me, like I want a dress and then I make a dress, right? Like let's say I make like a normal fucking dress or whatever the fuck. Imagine this is a dress. And then I'm like, I don't like this. I want to make the waist smaller. I want it to have one sleeve, maybe two sleeves. Maybe like a complete cape. Maybe the cape is cropped here. Maybe I want the skirt to be like this. Maybe I want it to be pants instead. Like, that's how it works. That's how it works. There's no way you sit down, you draw something and you're like, that is perfect. No, you draw something, you're like, maybe it can be better. And then you do it again. And you're like, maybe this can be better. And then you do it again, over and over and over, until you're finally like, this is what I want. So that's why I do a lot of sketches. Some of them actually look pretty similar, but we're not gonna talk about that because you need that kind of flow. It helps you get out of like an art block, because if you get used, like, here's like the best tip I can give you. Never get used to your first product. Never ever get used to the first product. The first 20 products are probably not going to be the best. Because if you have a habit of being like, okay, I'll draw one thing and it's probably already good enough, you'll have a burnout so quickly. You are actually going to get a burnout in like a week. Because you need to make, here's fashion, right? Here's to tell you guys the cruel, cruel world of fashion designing. Bang. So, you have 12 months in a year. Per year, right? Every year, usually there are 4 seasons. And for 4 seasons, you need to make a collection. A collection are a bunch of clothes, not just one outfit, like not just a t-shirt. It's a whole outfit, like head to toe kind of a thing, right? That's an outfit. You need to make at least 25 outfits. Some big designers make 60. So we ignore that. We'll just say we're smaller and make 25 or 20, whatever. So you have to make 20 to 25 outfits inspired by different things according to the season, which means you have to produce 25 per 4 months. That is a burnout. That is a burnout about to happen. Because here's how it works, chat. You basically have 4 months. You have 4 weeks. You have 4 weeks. And this is for finalized sketching. Finalized sketch, right? And like inspiration or whatever. And then the rest of 2 months is for the production. So just making the clothes. Because after these 2 months, like literally the last week of the 2 months, right? So the last week of the 3rd month, you need a photo shoot. Because you need to take a picture of it, you need to advertise it. And then the last month is to prepare everything, promotional. I'm talking about marketing, blah, blah, blah. How are you gonna mass produce it? Who are you gonna sell it to? So you have 4 months and it's a non-stop workload. You do not stop. Yeah, yes, chat, even advertising, because fashion is a hobby, but if you take it seriously, it needs to be a business. So the first month is like just focus on the creatives. The second month is like you kind of have to produce it, right? And then the 3rd month, that's when you start thinking of advertising, and then the 4th month is just full on marketing. And you have to do this every 4 months, every year, forever, 4 times a year. So you need to get used to just drawing this shit, drawing like the shittiest human person alive, drawing something, redrawing it. You cannot get used to the first thing, ever. Because if you get used to the first thing you make, you will get either a burnout or you're going to progressively be repetitive. And when you become repetitive, the fashion industry hates it because the fashion people hate repetitive shit, even though everything is somewhat repetitive. Here's the secret rule of fashion, chat. You can repetition is only okay if it's been a decade. Do you realize that? It's actually been a thing. No one fucking talks about it, but it is a thing. If you do like a little bit of history research, right? In the 2000s, the thing that is trending is like the 19th century. Now in the 2020s, fucking, what is it called? I call it the trash glam, but people don't call it that. 2020, the 2020s, the 2000s back. I'm talking about like low waist pants, crop tops, bejewels, Y2K, exactly. Repetition is only okay once it's been a decade. If it has not been a decade, do not do it. You have a decade to basically become original. You have a decade to make the decade happen. And that is what it is. You have a decade to make the decade a thing so then later after a decade, they can repeat it. And that is fashion, chat. And here's another fun fact, right? Let me just remove these from the screen so it's not as clustered. We follow a rule, a system that no one talks about, but it happens. Let me just do this.
I actually needed this stream because I'm working on a casual outfit for my OC, Sarbit. Also, Aru says hi.
Ooh, hi, Aru. I can help you with like the original outfit ideas, by the way. I'll talk about that in a bit. Oh, fuck my sticky keys. Okay. No. Here's how it used to work. How it used to work in the fashion industry back then, in like the 18th, 17th, 16th century, right? Back then, on the top, like the small one is the mass, like the people. On the bottom is the royalty. So whatever the fuck the princesses use, the kings use, stuff like that, the people of power, whatever they use, it's going to influence the mass. So basically, the trend would be to see whatever the princess wears. That is the trend, right? The princess decides that they want to work with a different country and import fur. Suddenly, fur become a trend because the princess imported fur. But now, chat, it is completely different. It is like the exact opposite way. Now, whatever the mass wears, it affects the higher-ups. So it basically starts with the mass, and then it goes to like whoever's in power. If you've realized this, because it actually started during the globalization period, from what I took, at least here in Asia, right? The Western countries decided to take inspiration from Asian countries. Japanese designers became really big, and with Japan came a lot of loose-fitting outfits. And obviously, I think it was, no one really said why, but let's just say Yoji, right? Yoji Yamamoto, big fashion designer, they decide to be loose-fitting, low-key the hobo aesthetic. And then suddenly, people love the hobo aesthetic. Ever since then, like the whole globalization period, people wear whatever the fuck they want to wear. And if people wear it, it means it's popular. So now, back then, right, if you want to be rich as a fashion designer, you need to sell your shit to the queen. Now, if you want to be rich as a fashion designer, you need to reach out to the influencers. Because if the influencers wear it, that means people will wear it. And if people wear it, it's a trend. And suddenly, you're rich. So the clothes obviously tailor to the market. It's not as complicated anymore as before. Obviously, there's a lot of factors that affect it, right? Back then, corsets were a thing. Remember that shit? Corsets were a thing.
Norwegian krona through super chat. So 1. Give weird potion 2. Scholasticism 3. Repeat until insanity ensues.
Exactly.
Happy birthday.
See, you're a great student, Baron. Thank you for the shoot button. Thank you. Back then, corsets were a thing. And it lost trend because Art Nouveau. Legit, Art Nouveau. People started drawing women without corsets. And the fact that their body is so naturally loose and they look happy, people became like, wow, I guess corsets are restrictive. And then people stopped wearing corsets. Art will always influence fashion, right? It will always influence fashion. No matter where you go, art and climate and situation will always affect fashion. Like back then, you know, in the Western countries, corsets were a thing because the queen wore corsets, right? But in Asian countries, it's not a thing. Corsets have never been like an actual thing in the Asian countries for royalty. We had the kimonos, we had the cheongsam, we had those kind of things. It was more to how you bedazzle yourself here. It's completely different. And again, here's another fun fact, right? Back then, women... Let me go like this. Women would wear dresses that would reach the floor. So the dress would probably be like tight until the boob, because perky boobs mean good, right? Back then in Western countries, the dress would be like thick, really thick. Like, I'm talking about cakey thick. You can fit like 3 humans in this dress. Cakey thick all the way to the ground. You basically cannot walk. Like, your feet does not show. Because back then, right, chat? If you show your shoulders, that is, oh my god, sex. So that's bad. So basically, dresses would reach until the ground. And then war came in. I wish I'm kidding. the war happened, right? Situations were fucked. Women had to start working. So what women did was they lift up the dresses because women had to work because the men had to go to war. So the women had to do labor, the women had to cook, blah blah, and then the streets dirty as shit. Right? Terima kasih, Oken. And I'm just gonna show this. This is why fashion is completely common sense. Legit, it is so easy. It's not really easy, but it's easier to pick up the trend if you know what's going on with the world. This is like just an example, right? Women back then, beautiful dresses all the way to the ground. Sometimes it's dragging to the ground. And then war happened. Women had to work. Holy shit, how? How did they start working? They used to have pumped up sleeves all the way covering up like the arm, right? The sleeves would go all the way to the arm. Women had to work. What do now? Well, you roll up the sleeves, 5 head, because you need to clean your clothes, right? So no more sleeves all the way to the top. The sleeves just kind of stop until your elbow. Bang! Because women need to work. After that, they need to go places. They need to go places fast because the street's dirty, there's shit everywhere. And if you walk around with these kind of dresses dragging, you're going to get mud and shit on the dress. So what do? They lift up the dress. Bang! Now it's shorter, showing more legs, right? And then because people see women dragging up the clothes upwards, they want it to be thicker. The richer women want to have thicker yet shorter dresses because that is the style, you know? Because when you scrunch up your skirt, it creates a scrunch on the sideways. That became a thing. Make it a pleat, whatever, right? And that is how it completely starts slowly changing people's style. And then eventually, right, after the war, people are like, women need to be able to like ride horses, blah, blah, blah. Women wearing pants now? What? That is okay. Now women can wear pants. How about the kids though? How about the girls? Well, give them short pants. Well, I want to feel young. Then you wear short pants. Legit. And then globalization. This is the simplest way I can explain fashion history in 5 minutes. Globalization happened. What? The people outside of England are wearing loose-fitted outfits? And what is this? There is no... You don't need corsets? Then remove the corsets. 5 head. And then suddenly Asian influence happened. And then the Asian influence, people in Asia are like, why wear so complicated clothes? Just wear rich fabric and then accessorize yourself. And then people are like, you are correct. You know what? Fuck this shit. I don't want to wear this. I want to wear something like this. Like something more loose fitted. You know, that'd be nice. That'd be very nice, actually. Make it short because that's nice. And then I want to be able to show that I'm a little bit sexy, so I'll wear a low-waist pant. And then boom, hippie era. The end. Legit. Fashion history. Fashion has always kind of tailored to what happened. Even during the pandemic, right? Clothes become significantly more loose fit. Fabric, back then, before the pandemic, right? Satin was a thing. People love satin. People like the silky shit. Now, people want cotton. People want shit that if they go outside and they go back inside, they can just sleep. Because no one fucking goes outside because of the pandemic. So people prioritize comfort, fashion wear. And that has been a trend back now. You know, like loose-fitted t-shirts, the street style, everything starts going, right? If the artist and influencers wears it, then it is what the mass will copy. And if influencers wear pajamas, then I guess pajamas are in trend. It's very easy to pick up trends as long as you know what's going on, what's happening, right? It is a very, very simple concept. Even back then, in I think it was France, Chanel made this dress called Little Black Dress, and it became very popular. It literally just looked... I'll try and draw it really quickly. It is the most simplest shit I've ever seen in my life, but people were like, wow, shocked. It's literally like this. No lie. It is just a dress that looks like this. There is nothing on it. It is completely black. And people loved it. And you know why people loved it? It is because it is so easy to wear. Because during this period of the little black dress, right? You know, Moulin Rouge was popping. People like the idea that they can go outside, wear something nice, go outside. Women can be like, hey, baby girl, right? The men bring them back, and then you just take it off. That's it. It became popular because it was so easy to put on and put off. Yeah, the Audrey Hepburn. And also because Audrey Hepburn wore it. And Audrey Hepburn was a supermodel back then. Anything she wore, people will love. Anything. And she wore the little black dress, and it became very popular. And it became popular because of that. Sex became more normal. Back then in like the 16th century, you know, if thou wouldst had this sex outside of marriage, thou wouldst go to helleth. And then eventually people are like, okay, you know what? Sex outside of marriage, it's my business. And people start wearing clothes that they can take off and put on easily. And thus, short skirts, zipper in the back. Shit. Ew.
She's giving knowledge for free. Flushed face.
Yeah, free knowledge.
Going out of business.
Easy. Fashion design beauties. If you genuinely wanna, if you find this interesting, fashion is definitely for you. But if you don't, then maybe you just want to know because history's fun, right? They had a zipper in the back. All you need to do is just take off the zipper. It slides right off. And then once you're done doing the deed, you just slide it back on, zip it up, and out you go. You're done. You're accepted in society. So that is how fashion grows with how people change. When people have different mentalities to things, fashion goes with it. It's always been... Fashion is simply a reflection of the state of the world at the moment. That is simply it.
Yoji Yamamoto, Nigo with Bape, Ray Kawakubo with CDG.
I love Ray.
Influence fashion, especially streetwear.
I love streetwear.
Artifacting fashion is facts, especially with collabs with artists and brands are common.
But that's another thing, right? I wouldn't say that wedding, like, dresses, formal wear is my forte. I would say that I am more into high-end street. I love every single designer you mentioned. All I can say is that collaboration always works. Why? At least this is for me. For street style, you need something to pop, right? Right now with street style, people back then used to say, if you have something big here on the top, make sure that on the bottom it's skinny. But not anymore. Not ever since the pandemic. Now it's very normal to wear, like, let's say super baggy something. Let's say like massive baggy sweater, right? Baggy sweater all the way down here. Just complete bagginess. And then on the bottom, you also wear like baggy pants. I hate the fact that I drew this straight. See, now I can't draw any pants that look like pants. It's normal. You want it to be baggy. This happened ever since rap became a thing. And I know fashion now is definitely according to everyone's taste. But ever since rappers came in, right? Baggy clothes, baggy pants, gold chains, that became a trend. Because people liked rappers. They see the rappers, they see how they dress, and bang, that is how I want to dress. And that became street style. And now, street style, like Billie Eilish, for example. Billie Eilish head-to-toe baggy clothes, right? Nothing is defined. You do not define the boobs, nor the waist, nor the hip, nothing. You kind of look like a bolster. But that is fashion. It is what it is. Music, drawings, paintings, photography, movies. That affects what clothes will be in trend. If you think about it, right? Stranger Things released a new thing, popped off. People start liking the clothes from Stranger Things. Now it's back to the Taylor Swift era. Is it because of the movie or is it because it's been a decade? No one fucking knows, but it's coming back in trend, isn't it? Everything is happening every decade. And during that break between the first decade and the last decade, you need to be able to redefine your style and make that decade something you can remember. And that's the whole goal. Because you basically work every day anyways. And that is the simplest way of explaining fashion design sketching. It ain't that hard, right? If you want, here's the basic thing, because I did say I'm gonna tell you, like, here's the easiest tip. Easiest tip. There is something, if you just want to draw, you can go all out. all out. But if you want to make it, you have to remember that clothes do not defy gravity. So there is so much you can do to replicate an artwork with clothes. Because obviously gravity will pull shit down, right? I'll teach you guys about that later because that is very important. The best way I can say it, what I like, everyone has different styles, but what I like to do is I like baggy shit here, just completely baggy here, tight on the waist, and baggy all the way down. That's what I like. So maybe like baggy jacket, but it's crop. It's a crop jacket. It's a crop baggy jacket. Bang. And then it's all the way cropped, and then suddenly it's just tight fit bodysuit right here. And then accessorize. That's what I like. That's my type of silhouette. I want people to not be able to see the fuck what is going on top, and I want to just see legs. I like legs going down the runway, but not everyone's type is like that. So it's very important to redefine what you like. And I'm not going to go into technical designing because technical designing is a piece of shit, but I will tell you guys a little bit about pattern making. Oh, now this sucks. I hate pattern making. I hate draping. I hate pattern making at first. And then it becomes easy. This is a tip for all of you guys that are taking fashion, right? I will make your 2 years or 3 years in fashion easy. Easy. Super easy. Here's how it works, right? There are templates out there. You make your first ever template. Let's say, you know what? I'll show you guys how to make a fucking fashion thing. Let me just make a square here. Oh, shit. Can I please empty the inside and then make it black outside? That is too thick, ma'am, but okay, we will go with that anyways. Let's say this is your piece of paper. This black square on the screen, right? Simple as shit. You want to make the front. You want to make the front and then you measure. This is what I like to do. 15 centimeters from... Oh, that's not my brush. 15 centimeters from the top to the bottom. And then you curve it. This length is going to be from the center of your throat to the sides of the collars. This is whatever measurement that is. This measurement is from the center of your throat to how low your collar is. If you want it to be lower because you want to show more boobs, then go for it, right? But this is like basic block shit. From here, you add 15 centimeters or however big your shoulders are. I will just say 15 because if you do, I have made at least 1,000+ patterns in my whole entire life. More. And it takes me around 20 minutes to make a wedding gown pattern piece. It's super easy. If you keep making it, you'll get used to it, and I'll show you. 15 centimeters, and you put it down. You push it down by around... I like to do it 1 centimeter. Some people like to do it 1.5, right? But I like to do it 1. It really depends. If they are more filler, if they have more meat in their body, 1 is enough. If they are usually more skinny, more slender, 1.5. Because people's body are not straight. If you look at your shoulders go downwards. And you need it to go down. So this is important. It is going to make a big difference to how your clothes will fall. Keep that in mind. So 15 centimeters downwards, right? And then from this point back to the neckline. How long do you want the clothes to be? Usually I would give it around... I don't know. I don't remember. But it really depends. It's important to measure. This is called the center front, which is how low your collar is all the way to the waist. This is called the center front. Very important to measure. From the center front, you draw a line straight like this. And this is the waist. When you measure someone's waist, you take the measurement and you divide it by 4. And I'll tell you why later in a bit, right? You take the waist, you divide by 4. That is what this is going to be. Over here, right? And then from here, you go upwards. And this is the side. The side of, like, from your armpit all the way to the waist. That is the side of the pattern piece. Side. And then from this point until this point, you just kind of curve it. you curve it inwards. And this is going to be your armhole, where your arm is going to protrude outwards. That is the armhole. And the measurement here, when you just started fashion classes, they will give you so much math. A lot of math. But once you get, after your first 25 pattern piece, you can eyeball it. I have never once, I think this is why I suck at teaching pattern pieces, because I eyeball my fucking measurements. I measure the waist, center front, neckline, shoulder, arm, hip, bust, center back, length. That's all I measure. And then I eyeball the rest of everything. Because you don't need to, actually. You really don't. Fabrics fall with the body. You'll get used to it, trust. So this is the armhole, right? But Mika, you just said humans' body are not flat. Yes, and I will tell you how, right? If you look at your chest right now, even for men, your chest protrudes outwards, usually, and then it goes down to your waist. Your body is not a flat canvas. So what you do here is on your waist, here, let me just write this down. Total waist divided by 4 plus around 3 centimeters. So this is what this is supposed to be. You need to add 3 centimeters because you will need to have a dart from your bust, which is here. Shit. This is gonna be your bust, right? You take a dot from the bust, and that is how big this is gonna be. Fuck, I keep forgetting that. This is just bust divided by 4. That is what it is. You take a dot in the center where your nipples are. Yes, where your nipples are. You draw a straight line down. And then, bang, bang. And this shit, you will later sew together. You will have to stitch this fabric together because when you... Okay, if you take a piece of paper right now, right? If you take a piece of paper and you only fold one of the edges, the paper becomes a cone shape, right? And the cone shape is to be able to tailor to the body's boobs. So later, when the waist is cinched inwards, right? Obviously, the waist is gonna go inside. The boobs will have a little bit of a shape to it. So when you wear it, you do not look like you're wearing a bag. Yeah. And that is what this is called. It's called a dart, right? And this is what it's called, a princess line. Why is it called a princess line, Mika? Because some people do not have... The bigger the dart, the bigger the fold. So if you want... If let's say your client has massive boobs, right? Big honka-badonkas. The dart, just make the dart bigger. Literally. If let's say your client does not have honka-badonka boobs, make the dart smaller. The bigger the dart, the bigger the fold it's gonna be to affect the boobs. Because there's more space. What people like to do is they connected this line from the armpit, from the middle of the armpit, all the way to the point here. Because it looks prettier. And it looks cleaner. And here's the thing. When you fold this part, when you fold the bottom dart, right? It's going to have a little bit of a seam on the armhole. It's going to fold a little bit because gravity works that way. If you fold a piece of paper, on the other unfolded piece, it's going to be a bit crumpled. But what if you add another dart on that side? So everything goes to the focal point of the tits. Right? That means your arms are going to be clean, your waist is going to be clean, and all of the only thing that is not going to be clean is the boob. And it doesn't matter because you have boobs. It's okay. So what they do is they take 1 centimeter from here. So that's around 2 centimeters around here. They would have like bang, bang, 2 or 3. And then they just do this. That way, you fold the bottom dart here, you fold here, and then everything, the fabrics are just going to focus on your boobs. And that is clean. This shit is going to end up looking like this. Obviously, I suck at drawing with a fucking pen tab, but whatever. Fuck pen tabs. How do artists do this with a pen tab? Yeah. Okay. Dang. So later you have 2 pieces. You're gonna stitch this onto this and this onto this. You stretch it. Make sure to iron this shit though, because princess lines are very hard to work with because sometimes the line don't add up. So always measure. I will tell you, if for those of you that haven't joined fashion and you're about to, I'll tell you like the easiest tool. The easiest tool you can get. Makes life easier, right? This is the front. And you do the same thing with the back. Exactly the same thing. Where you drop 1.5, 15 centimeters neck. The neckline is definitely more different, right? Because on the back, your neckline is not as... You have nothing really to show. So, simpler. Straight down. This is the center back, by the way. Center back. Line. Shit. Line. Armhole. Bang. Center back, right? And the thing is, here's the different part about the center back. You take wherever that was on the bust. Let's say the bust is like... Okay, this is not the most fucking wellest drawing. I'll show you a nice example later. This is the bust. And the pleat is so tiny. It is smaller than it was. The pleat here, let's say for the front, it's usually 3 centimeters. I like to do 5. I like to do 5 because I'm extra like that. 3 is 1.5 and 1.5. I like to do 2.5 and 2.5 because I think people looks nicer that way because I like to give space to bras, right? Back is very tiny. Back is like 2.5. So it's a very tiny dart. Not that big because by the end of the day, chat, your back is also curved. But not as curved as your front. But your back is always curved. No one has a completely straight back. It's either curved backwards or forwards. But you still need a dart. You always need a dart. Even though it's super fucking tiny, you still need it anyways. Stop it, sticky keys. And if you want to do extra, you can have a dart on the armpit as well. Bang! The pattern is for size S. I'll show you guys how usually... I saved a picture here. No, that's not it. That's a ruler. Here we go. This is how it looks like. Yeah. This is how a normal fucking... Now you know what like I'm talking about, right? There is a dart on top here on the shoulders for the front. But you can always just put it here. On this side to make it a princess line. The dart on the top is literally to make the focal point of your boobs better. You do not need this. You actually do not need this, but I'll show you why you technically... You can't just erase it. You cannot erase a pattern. This is the basic pattern for your clothes. I like to make all my darts on the armpits. But by default, usually it's on the shoulders. And this is how I close it, right? This is how you do it. Let me just... Fucking... How do I show this? on a screen. Here, I'll try my best to show you guys, okay? This is how you properly close a dart. When you close a dart, another dart must be open. That is the laws of fashion. Let me just take this. I'm taking a select tool at the moment to try my best to help you guys. Actually, wait. Stop it. Oh my god. My select tool is not unselecting. God damn it. Okay, let me just do this. Bang. 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 Fuck. It's okay. Bang. It's okay. It's okay. Bang. Bang. Okay. Now you have this piece. You want to close it, right? It's like this. Bang. You see? When you close a dart, one dart gets bigger. And in this situation, it's the dart on the bottom. You see that shit? This bottom dart becomes bigger. Wait, where is... That's a select tool. Where's my brush when I need it? This dart suddenly becomes this big. Wow. But Mika, I don't want my dart to be that big. Well, it's okay. You can always change it. Use a... Here's the best way to do it, you know? I'll just add a stroke here so you guys can know exactly which one I'm talking about. That is not the right layer. Is this the light layer? Stroke. Yes, it is. Genius. Make it 5. Okay. You can see that I did not remove that part. Let me just do my best to erase this. Or I can just select tool. Bang! Fucking simple. There we are. Okay. You see this shit? Right? Here is how... Let's say you don't want this dart to be that big. You do it on this line to make the princess line. to make the princess line over here. You make a line. The first step is you make a line. Just a line that you kind of like. I hate this line, but we will go with it because why not, right? And then you go back here. Where's my select tool? Oh, this is gonna be hell. Select. Bang, 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 bang. This is hard. 1 second. I'll figure this out, chat. Watch me become a fashion designer. Bang. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, okay. Copy, paste. Okay. I'll make this line blue, so then you can see it. It's complicated right now, but trust me, you'll get used to it. Here's the piece that you wanted, right? You tilt this back all the way to the dart, back here, to this dart. Now it's the same as it was before, here. But now, the line is up here now. You see that shit? Now there's the dart right here. Simple. I say simple even though it's not that simple. But you'll get used to it. You will get used to it, trust me. It's actually not as hard once you get used to it. So now, this is your new dart. Common sense. Actually, just common sense, right? So this will be your first piece. Bing, bing. I'll make it red again. So this shit now, you have a straight shoulder. All the way here. To this line. And then up here. To this neck. This is one piece. And then this whole blue thing is your second piece. Easy. And let's say you don't want it to be this big, right? You can just smaller it. But again, the smaller the dart, the less the chest is gonna look good. But that way, you have a closed shoulder. Now you don't have a fucking ugly ass line. I've always found this line super ugly. I hated this. I hate this like fucking line over here. This ain't it. I hate it.
Raises hand Professor Mika. Question. Where does
Yes.
the line between function and form, usable versus art, start becoming blurry in fashion design?
Once you run out of ideas and once people start thinking that anything you draw can be made. Again, that's another thing, right? If not everything that is beautiful can be worn. Yay. Here's what you do, right? This is what you do in fashion. And if, let's say, same thing applies, by the way, to this. Same thing applies to all the pleats. And here's the easiest way I can tell you how to fucking manipulate a fashion outfit. Simple steps.
Donated 50,000 Indonesian
Where's my
rupiahs
other layer?
through super chat. Have you considered this as a side/backup job?
Yeah, I have. I worked in the industry for a while, so yeah, I technically do, but I'll tell you guys, this is the easiest way. You take this shit, right? You just take the whatever fucking thing you made already here, the base, which is I'll use a different color. I'll use purple. I'll use bright pink. So you take this. Wow, this is so tiny. Let's just use this. Bang, great. You take whatever the fuck this is. And remember, pleats always jot up. Because when you fold, if you fold a piece of paper and then you cut it straight, it will jot up. So you take this shit. Whatever the fuck you've made. Ow. Wow. Bang. You take this shit. Let's just remove everything else real quick. Wait, fuck. I haven't drawn the dart. My fucking Photoshop skills are not as good. Okay, whatever. I can do it with this. Bang. Okay. There we are. You take this shit. You remove everything else so it's not confusing. You take this. And from here, you trace it. I'll tell you, there's this piece of paper, a massive big piece of paper, where it is thick enough to be not ugly and crippled, but it also can't crumpled. What the fuck? Sorry, crumpled. It's not thin to the point that it's crumpled, but it's thick enough, like it's still see-through, right? You trace this shit. You trace it, and that's it. You make another one over and over and over again. Jiplak. You copy paste it. It's similar to baking paper. Exactly. Makes your life significantly easier. You do not need to redraw this. Absolutely no need. Fashion models are always a size 6 or a size 8. Remember that. You can find these photos like this. You can find this shit anywhere. You can pay $5. It's usually just baking paper, but slightly thicker than baking paper. But you can also use baking paper. Here's the best way. If you have baking paper and you want to preserve that, spray it with hairspray. Legit, after you make your pattern pieces, spray that shit with hairspray and leave it for 10 minutes. It's going to be thick enough for it to be endurable. So, you can get this for $5. $5 to save you like 6 hours a day. Easy! Yeah, if you spray hairspray, the paper will harden a little bit. Easy. Just trace your pattern pieces and then manipulate it afterwards. You do not need to make this shit over and over again. You just need to make it one time and it is enough. You make it for the first time, you keep it. Right now, what I do is I have a size 6, a size 8, a size 10, 12, 14, 16. So I have 1, 2, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I have 5 pieces at the moment with me. And if let's say a client comes in and I'm like, oh, you're kind of like a size 8. Let me measure you. And then if let's say their waist is slightly smaller, I'll just tailor it, you know? Let's say, oh, Mika, the waist is not the same. Make it smaller. Bang.
Jasmine by Mika Milatika.
Jasmine by Mika. Thank you, Zaid. The waist needs to be smaller. Make it smaller. Remember to always divide by 4 though. The waist needs to be bigger. Make it bigger. Fucking simple. The waist and the bust. Okay, let's say the bust needs to be bigger, but the waist needs to be smaller. Okay. Bang. Bang. Line. Bang. Bang. Boop. Boop. Done. Done. Literally. Just remember, this is bust. This is waist. And then this is hip. Everything else falls into place. You don't need to make this.
Have you ever thought of showing us Earl with an actor making the piece you are showing us this as you describe it? That would be cool.
I can try, but I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. But I'd love to, if I could. Wear a green screen, whatever, and all you see is just the river. But you don't have to fucking stress about it. The teachers in school will tell you to make this shit over and over and over again. But it is unnecessary and a waste of time. So you don't have to do it. Teachers just tell you to do it because they used to do it. And then now you have to suffer. But I'm telling you right now, you don't do that. It is not worth it. Waste of time. Easy. Thumbs up.
I have been drawing new patterns every time I tries to make a new costume. I am an idiot.
You're not an idiot. If anything, drawing patterns make it easier for you to draw newer ones. So just take it as practice. But at least now you know that you can just trace this shit. You can literally just trace it. And obviously, don't forget to add the seam lines, which is a centimeter from the original thing. Because when you stitch, right? When you stitch a fabric, it needs to hold on to something. So you need to make this whole thing, like the sides and everything, a centimeter bigger. And that's where you're going to stitch. Never cut it the way it is. When you make it a pattern, make everything smaller. God fucking damn it. Razor tool. Make it always 1 centimeter, 1.5 if you like it to be 1.5, but I see it as a... Usually if people can't if you cannot stitch neatly, 1.5. But if you can stitch neatly, 1 is enough. I don't like wasting fabric, so I use 1. My seam lines are always 1 centimeters, and then I stitch it, I iron it, and then I cut it to 0.5 because I like it cleaner. So yeah, always add a fucking 1 centimeter on the outside, so it's gonna be like a little outline glow, right? If let's say you're making it on digital, here's the thing, you can make this pattern piece digitally, and the easiest way to do it is just to add the stroke. Haha, here's another fucking fashion hack that your teachers will probably not teach you but it will save you a lot of time. Let's say Let's see, where's my pieces? Is it this one? Basic bodies. Yes. Poggy, poggy, poggy. Okay. Let's say... Bang. Let's just delete the sides real quick. Okay. You want to add a seam line? Okay, you don't have to fucking measure everything. You can just stroke it. Seam line. Easy. Legit. I wish I'm kidding, but this is a very simple way of adding seam lines. You can just add a stroke on Photoshop. You print it and you cut it. Thumbs up, but I don't do that. And here's the thing, right? People are like, oh my god, I have to... That means, Mika, if I want to make a 1 centimeter line here, that means I have to measure like 1 centimeter. Wait, where's the fuck is my... 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. And then I have to be like, that's going to take so long, Mika. No, it's not. Because now I will show you how... Like the materials you kind of need to make your life significantly easy. And take notes. If you want to join fashion, buy this before you attend a class. It plus points, it will make you look like you're smarter, right? But here's what I use. Wait, where's my shit? Here it is. Bang. This kind of ruler. This is... I like to call it the fashion ruler. And this, you can get this for Indonesians. You can get in Tokopedia or Shopee. Legit. It's just like penggaris busana or something like that. Like penggaris busana. This shit will save you so much time. Here, let me show you. And this is why, chat. I wish I knew this. I knew this like 3 months or 6 months after I joined fashion classes. This measurement, this whole ruler is 5 centimeters thick. So this whole ruler is 5 centimeters thick, right? And then, you know what? I'll just fucking keep it, actually. Just use different colors. 5 head. Bing, bing. This is 1 centimeter. And it's see-through. This is 1 centimeter. And obviously, this is fucking 4. Right? Terima kasih sama untuk donasinya. Terima kasih. That is, yeah. Sometimes they don't manufacture it properly, but this is supposed to be 0.5. But usually in Indo, if you get it, it's usually 0.3. It's always nice to measure the lines. So what you do is you take these lines, like let's say the 1 centimeter for the seam line, right? You slap this ruler. You slap the ruler on top of this shit. Bang. There's gonna be a ruler here, right? There's gonna be a line. Just put that shit and then you're done. Like, here, let me show you. It's gonna be like this. Bang. And because the line is 1 centimeter, you just have to trace it outside of the line. Like this. Boop. And then now you get your 1 centimeter. And you continue on with the sides. Super fucking easy. You don't have to measure anything. It's completely... You don't need to use a brain, right? Just get the fucking ruler. Get this ruler. It saves so much time, so much effort. You will get used to it. Look at how the seniors and teachers do it, and you'll probably understand. All of your seniors, if they've been there for more than a year, they probably have this shit. It is a complete necessity. And another thing that is good is there is this other ruler. I'm pretty sure I put it here. Bang. This ruler. This is called a French curve. Very nice ruler. I recommend you get this as well. This curve over here, from whatever point this is supposed to be, that is too far, but whatever. Like here. All the way down until this point. This is ideal. Completely ideal curve for an armhole. Completely ideal. This is like the perfect curve for an armhole. From this point all the way to this point. This is ideal for like the sides. Sides. Ideal. So you can just... Brain. Completely no-brainer. This thing from here to here is ideal for a collar. Or the neckline. So this ruler can do everything. It's literally made for it. And here's another thing, right? Once you get used to the thing, there's a lot of ways to manipulate this shit. But obviously, I don't want to confuse everyone, but because I said your body is not straight, this is what I do. I would take in here, I would usually take in 0.5 on the side, just randomly, literally eyeballing the shit out of it. And then instead of just having this like a straight line like that, I will have it curved. So I go like inwards a little bit, you know? If that makes any sense. Because let's say I'll take this 0.5, right? 0.5. I go like wee. Because then it's going to blend your sides properly. It's gonna blend your sides nicer. And make sure, chat, here are the most important rules, right? This shit, it needs to be 90 degrees. Degrees? How the fuck do you make this degree symbol, right? Degrees. This thing over here, for the first, just take 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeters. It needs to be 90 degrees. Because you will have to flip this. This is only it's only half of your front. So you need to have this 90 degrees. This needs to be 90 degrees. Preferably this too, but if you want to have a dart there, then go nuts, right? This also 90 degrees. This 90 degrees. The edges need to be 90 degrees. And for those of you that are confused, like sometimes you can get a pattern and you can't read it. Because there are symbols. Because fashion has a lot of symbols, chat. Here's the best way I can explain it. This, I call it a nip. Not all, you can call it differently, it's up to you. But I call this a nip thing. Why this thing exists is so that you know how to stitch shit together. Let me explain. I don't use a notepad though. But yeah, a long time ago, I would tie my hair with a measuring tape. I would tie my hair with a measuring tape, or I would tie it around my neck because I always have it on me. But because I have long hair, it's simpler if I just tie my hair with that. But here, this is what a nip is, right? You would usually add a nip on stuff like this. So when you stitch it, when you cut the pattern piece, you have you snip a little bit, like on the line. You just add a little like snip on the seam lines. And then when you stitch your fabrics together, this has to connect with this. And later, these are for your sleeve patterns. But I'm not going to go the sleeve pattern. The sleeve pattern looks like... It literally just looks like... Oh my god, it's so hard. A curve. And then like line. Bang. It looks like a little muffin. But then later, on the sleeve, you'll see it. There's going to be 1 snip and then 2 snips here. Why are there 2 snips on the back and only 1 snip on the front, Miko? It's because later on your fabric, you will know which side is the left hand and the right hand. Because the one with the 1 snip is going to connect here, and the one with the 2 snips will connect here. And that's why snips are very, very important. Never forget to snip your pattern pieces. It will be hell to stitch on a fucking sleeve without it. Absolutely hell. And if your pattern is complicated, you're going to be confused what goes where. And snipping is for stitching. So, very important for stitching. Yeah. This is for the sleeves. Oh shit. This is for the sleeves. But it's basically like symbols. That's called a snip. What I like to do is... when you want to stitch something, it has to line up, right? There's another symbol. It looks like this. Like that. And this is usually called like the history of the pattern, where it's like how you're gonna stitch it. This symbol, if you ever see the symbol, it's like 3 lines like that. This is called, what is it? Overfold? Yeah, point is, when you want to cut this, right, on a piece of fabric, you fold the fabric first. So let's say, this is a piece of fabric, and then you fold it, like that. So it's just gonna be half, right? You fold it, and then when you put the pattern piece on this... Boop, boop. You put the pattern piece and then you go like this. And then you open the fabric again. It's gonna have like 2. Like that. So basically... I forgot what it's called, but... This just means that you have to fold the fabric before cutting the piece. You're not just going to have it like... There's not going to be a line here. Oh, what the fuck? Where did that line come from? You're not going to just have a line here. It's going to be completely seamless. That is what this means. And then if, let's say, they say times 1, that means you cut it 1 time. Times 2, that means you cut it 2 times. Times 2 self. This means you cut twice on the real fabric that you're using. Times 2 lining means that you cut it on the fabric that's going to fold. If you ever have a tuxedo and you look inside the tuxedo, you will realize that there's going to be a fabric inside the tuxedo, and it's usually softer. That is to basically hide the fact that your stitching is shit. Why cut 2 times? If there's this, it's usually cut 1 time. Self and lining. It's usually that. But if there's no this, then you cut twice, because obviously you want a line. Maybe it's for the buttons, maybe it's because you like it. I don't know. But cutting twice usually doesn't have this. Yeah. But lining is just the inside of your clothes. If you look inside of a tuxedo or anything, you can see that it's completely covered. You don't see any stitches inside. That's because it's covered. Yeah, it's a bit complicated. This part is just for people that are taking fashion. You will learn this in depth later. But this is to do with stitching, cutting, blah blah blah, industry shit. If you want to make an industry standard pattern, you need the snip. Shit. You will need the snip. You will need the drawings here. You will need the times 2, times whatever. You will need it. Always. Yeah. Here's the like, if you want to have 2... Okay, take your t-shirt right now. If you take your t-shirt or whatever you're wearing and you fold it in half, it's thicker, right? It's thicker and it's more comfortable. It's more comfortable to feel. It creates a more firm look because it's thick, basically. Thank you, Sky Shield, for the shupa. Thank you. But if, let's say, you don't fold it in 2, it's just going to be thinner. So it depends. Do you want your clothes to look thicker, or do you want your clothes to look thinner? If you want it thicker, cut it twice. If you want it thinner, cut it once. If, let's say, you're not good at stitching and you don't want people to see that you cannot stitch, cut it twice anyway. Because if you cut it twice, no one can see inside. If you fold your clothes and you flip it the other way around, you're just gonna see another fabric. You're not gonna see the clothes. So if, let's say, your stitching is messy, then just cover it. It's literally like that. That's what I do. I always cut to my shit because I don't like people seeing my stitching. Makes me feel naked.
I was so stunned by Miku actually sounding knowledgeable that I forgot to send a message in my previous dongo.
God damn it. Thank you, Sky Shield, for the shupa anyways. Thank you. Can you sue? Yes, but I hate suing, but I'm not trying to flex, but I think my stitching is pretty neat. Usually, I like to make my stitching super neat, but I just hate the fact that people can see that I stitch. I like to think, when I hang my clothes, I like to see that my clothes are neat. I don't like the stitching lines, so I cover it. Always. But you don't have to. That's just me being a masochist. It is harder to stitch twice because you always need to hand stitch later on. And you know what? You don't even need to know this. Literally, it's not that important. But yes, that is for the pattern shit. Where's
Terima order jahitan jas formal. Baju biasa.
Jahitan kuliah. Oh my god, resizing is another hell that you do not want to get yourself into. Here's another thing, right? I'm gonna teach you a super simple thing about fabric that school usually doesn't teach you. School doesn't teach this because, I don't know, they fucking hate you, I guess. But I have to figure this shit out myself. If, let's say, this is a piece of fabric. This shit over here. Oh, wait, no. Where's my brush? Okay. This shit over here. And then this shit over here is called the grain line. Because if you look really closely to your clothes right now, you can see that your clothes have little holes in them. Little holes. That's how it was made, right? Because you weave. It's like small knitting. This is called the grain line. And it's okay if you can't keep up. Don't worry about it, right? It's not... The most important part were the first ones. The first hour, basically, is for complete beginners. Afterwards, it's going a little bit to more intermediate side. So, if you can't keep up, obviously it's fine. But the first hour is probably the most basic shit you ever need. The rest is just extra for those that are interested. So, please don't beat yourself up if you don't understand. It's completely fine. This part of I segmented the stream, so the first hour is like the shit I learned my first year, and the next hours are slowly what I learn with experience. And yeah, that's why the first one was easier to absorb. But yeah, this is the grain line, right? It's very important to keep this shit up. Yeah, warping and wefting. But it's very important to keep this shit up. Because here's the thing. If let's say you cut a skirt. Oh my god, you want to know the easiest way to cut a skirt? I'll show you. You want to make a skirt out of the blue? Fucking easy, okay? How long do you want the skirt to be? Let's start with that one. Here, let me just delete this. Keep that in mind, it's a grain line. You want to make a skirt? Anyone can make a skirt, chat. You can just use glue if you want to. Because a skirt is the easiest thing you can make. I'll use a blue color, so it's obvious. This is the fabric, right? How long do you want the skirt to be? Let's say 15 centimeters. Okay, that's very short. Never mind. Let's just say 50 centimeters. You want the skirt to be 50 centimeters long. Okay. How big is your waist? Let's say your waist measurement is... let's say 70 centimeters. You divide 70 centimeters by 4. So that's going to be 31, 2, 3... Wait, what? 1, 2... 25, 6, 7. 7.77777. Or 6666. I don't remember. Whatever. Close enough. I can't do fucking math. Point is, let's just say 17. Let's say 17. Because you want to be a bit tighter. Why not? Right? You wing it. You go like... Boop, 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 boop. And then you measure this is 15. Make sure this shit's 15. The easiest way is you actually calculate it, but who the fuck does that? Am I right? Make sure this is 90 degrees. Make sure this is 90 degrees. And then, again, 50 centimeters here. And then you connect it. Boop, 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 boop. Shit, what happened? Boop, 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 boop. And then you cut it! Easy! Fucking easy. Actually 4. Easy. Just that. Just that. You cut it, you stitch it. Done. Actually, no, not cut 4. It's cut 2. I was right the first time. I just suck at math right now. You stitch this to the other side, and you got a skirt. Fucking easy, dude. It's literally that simple to make a skirt. Not hard at all. Simple skirt making. And here's the reason why. I will tell you that the bigger this is, because I said this is the grain line, right? Grain.
They donated 50,000 Indonesian rupiahs through Super Chat. This kind of stream's content is when we all know our Kunti is definitely on her big brain mode.
15? Why not 17? Oh yeah, sorry, 17. Sorry, my bad. I can't do math. Point is, that's how you do it. Super easy. Actually, super fucking easy. But here's the thing, right? Let's say this is the grain line of the fabric. The more it goes here, the more flowy it gets. Take tissue. Take a piece of tissue right now. Right? Here. I'm holding a piece of tissue. If you hold both corners together, the tissue falls flat straightwards, right? If you hold tissue up into the air, it just falls flat. But then if you hold it in the center, right, you can see a little bit of like a fold on the bottom. Basically, the more it goes against the grain line, the more flowy it gets. And that is called gravity, chat. So if let's say you're making a skirt like this side is gonna be flowier. And let's say you don't want your skirt to be flowy at all. You want your skirt to just go down flat, right? That's fine. Make your waist here, up here like this, because obviously you have a hip dip. And then you just whoop, downwards, following the grain line. Whoop. That's a skirt. That is completely straight down, not flowy at all. This would probably just look like this. So if you make a skirt that is like following the grain line and not going like this, it's probably just gonna look like a little pencil skirt. Simple pencil skirt. But then, if you want your skirt to kind of look like a summer dress. Like... Wait, how the fuck do you make a summer dress? Like this. Like more flowier. Like a summer dress. Then you go like this. Because then it falls this way. And it's gonna be more flowy. Basically, the more... Here, let me just clean this. Okay. The more it goes down, following the grain line, the flatter it becomes. The more it goes horizontally or diagonally, I forgot how the word is, diagonally, the more flowy. Straight. Simple. And that is the importance of a grain line. Later on, if you take fashion and then you have to cut something with the pattern pieces, you'll see here that there will be a line.
Blown away by Mika Sensei's fashion masterclass.
No, it's not. This is called the grain line reference. You put this line on this side of the fabric, and that's how you cut it. If, let's say, someone actually makes a grain line that's like... this doesn't work, but it's just an example. Like this. The grain line's a bit slanted, right? Then you take this shit. And this is how you're gonna cut it later on. Wait, can I just flip it horizontal? Yes, I can. This is how you're gonna cut the pattern piece later. Like this. Well, technically like this. And this is how you're gonna cut it. But then if, let's say, it's straight like this, then the way you cut it, according to the line, whoop, like this. The more tilted, just remember this. Simple rule. If it goes down, it falls with gravity. If it goes sideways, it will be more flowy. I like to reference tissue paper. If you take tissue paper and you hold it in the center of the tissue paper, it's going to be more foldy, more airy, more movement. But then if you just hold it on the sides, it's just gonna fall straight down. Fashion is always going to have to tailor to the rules of gravity, right? Use it to your best advantage. What if you 90-degree tilt it? Like this? Just have to follow it, 5ed. Usually, people... When someone makes these kind of things... No one does this, by the way. Because why would you do this? But it's like that. Just follow it. But no one does this. No one does it. Why? Because with this... Because both are grain lines, you can always just do this. And it's easier to reference. See? Simple. And this is usually for tailoring. Once you start cutting and sewing, you will see this more often. You will see that way more often. But then if you're just YOLOing, you don't. You really don't. All you need to know is the more it folds like this, the more flowy it gets. If you don't want it to be flowy at all, just go straight down. Just go following the grain line. Boop. Or like, boop. Whatever. Wait, what's tailoring? Sewing, stitching, making the suits, blah, blah, blah. Technical shit of fashion. Because by the end of the day, fashion has math. Fashion has a lot of fucking math. Let me see if... I think I saved a picture back then. It's... I learned my pattern thing from Bunka, like the book. Because they have a fashion Bunka book. But I found like a different book eventually that taught me a bit more. But that is the most accessible to the market, so I'm just gonna tell you guys the book. It's very accessible to the market.
Through Super Chat. Mika is my favorite teacher ever. The way you explain things is nice and makes a lot of sense.
I'm glad it makes sense.
Thank you,
Sheesh.
Professor Mika _ Mika love.
Here's a little bit of insight, right? On the math I'm talking about. Just like a quick bit. Bang. I'm not gonna go like so much into this, but this is just for an example, because some people might not be prepared of how mathematical fashion can actually be, because fashion can be very, very mathematical. It's kind of intimidating a little bit. Here. To measure this shit properly, if I'm not mistaken, it's waist divide by 4, and then there's gonna be like point A multiplied by 3. Point B is like A multiplied by 3 divided by 4, I think. Yeah, it's fucking complicated. It's very complicated. And they're going to have like a point B, point C, C2. And then they're gonna have a D. I think the one I read had like until F. That's why I'm saying don't waste your time on patterns. It's fucking complicated. And for what? For what, chat? Absolutely nothing.
They donated 50,000 Indonesian rupiahs through Super Chat. Mika, watching this stream made me think that maybe you should consider adding Big Brain Mika as a new icon / special emoji.
Big brain, but only on this. And here's finally... back a little bit to styling basics. Here's the basic rule of fashion. And if you want to break it, right? Here's the rule of fashion. There is really no rule. There's no... You can dress however you want. But if you want to be formal... plain colors x plain colors. So if you're just wearing normal colors, it's simple, right? Plain x pattern is good, very good, ideal. Pattern x pattern, sometimes. For example, if you have like lines as a shirt, and then you add like fucking boxes patterns as pants, usually you're gonna look like a flag. People are gonna see you and be like, you kind of look like a flag. If let's say you have drawings, like drawings on your t-shirt, like completely drawings, plus lines as pants, people are gonna be like, you kind of look like an album cover. It's not the best. It definitely it depends, but it's not the best, right? If let's say you see a person that's just wearing like a t-shirt and then just pants, and they kind of look normal, then it's kind of like safe, nice, right? If let's say you see a person wearing a t-shirt and then it's like completely lined up, like there's lines on the t-shirt and shit, and then they wear pants, and then the fucking pants has boxes on them, like visible boxes, they'd be like, why? And then if let's say you see a person wearing like a fucking full drawn outfit, like there's drawings everywhere, and suddenly the pants just have lines, they'll be like, wow, a lot is happening. That's how it usually works. So I would recommend mixing these two with this shit. You don't want to look like this. You know, like, you know, in an anime or in movies, someone is confused and you see a ball of mess. You don't really wanna. Ahego outfit is the bruh. Ahego outfit works with everything, but like, don't do that, please. I mean, up to you. Go nuts. Again, this is all taste, right? But this is what is the most normal. But you can always experiment. Go absolutely nuts. My best thing is plain outfits, but over accessorized. I'm talking about like a t-shirt with like pants, and then necklace upon necklace, and then rings, and then earrings, and then belts. A belt! Men! The men in my chat, the women in my chat, belts make you look more masculine. I cannot show this enough. I know people are like, belts are kind of boring. Dude, belts will always make you look masculine as all fuck, right? Wear a black top, black pants, a belt with a little golden pendant. Easy. Belts are perfect. Wear belts. If you have a nice belt, show it off. Who cares? Wear a belt. Belts are great. Masculine. I wear belts. Like, if I feel like I'm in a masculine mood, I always wear belts, rings, necklaces, sunglasses if I feel like it. But I always wear my belts. I never forget to wear a belt. Ever. Hell yeah. Good shit. And here's another thing for shoes, right? Simple way of showing shoes. Flat shoes? Wow. Flat shoes. Flat shoes, simple. Flat shoes with a little heel on it. Ooh, professional. Professional simple. And then you have like the motherfucking heels. Say they are heels. step on me. The most simplest shit, right? And then you have the nice in-between that I like, which is called platform shoes. Platform shoes, it's cool. But cool. I love platform shoes. The simplest guide of fucking shoes I'll ever fucking show you. Shoes that, you know what? Shoes that show your toes. How do I fucking draw something that shows your toes? I don't know. These are toes. This is a toe. That does not look like a toe. Whatever. Close enough. I'm not an artiste. Okay, I'm no artiste. Whatever. If your shoes show your toes, toes can be seen. It's equal to... Ooh. Crocs. Yeah, toes with... If you can't see the toes on the shoes, chat, it's either sandals or just casual. If you wear Crocs, don't talk to me. The Croc 3000! Oh god! Have you seen sunburn with Crocs? Have you seen that shit? You know what? I'm gonna fucking find a sunburn Croc. Sunburn. Sunburn Crocs. Have you fucking seen Crocs sunburns, chat? It is one of the freakiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Ever. This is why I do not wear Crocs. I'm gonna show this to you. I'm gonna traumatize everyone in chat. Where is it? Bang. The fuck is this? This is why I don't wear Crocs. Just don't wear Crocs. Why do this? Why? Yeah! How you feel now? Fucking Croc lovers. Not eco-friendly. Sometimes I saw this one guy wearing Crocs and then they're like, do you have a paper straw? And I'm like, you're literally wearing straws. Not eco-friendly. Disgusting. Yuck. 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 And here's the basic color theory. You know what? I'll use my mouse for this one because I'll try to show you a nice color mix, right? Here we go. Where are my shapes?
Donated $5 through Super Chat. Don't like Crocs? Find no more donos for you.
Okay, fine. I like Crocs. I can't believe this. One of my donators are a Croc lover. I can't believe it. You know, actually, Crocs are not bad with nice socks. I like to wear socks under my Crocs, but I don't have Crocs, so... Suck my balls. Here we go. Let me give you the nice color theory education in less than a minute, chat. Bruh, I can't even fucking find white that's gonna show. Just say this is white, okay? I have a white background here. I kind of have no choice. Just merge this together. Duplicate. Boop. Again, you can always challenge this norm. It's not always by default like this. Right? Fashion has really no rules. You can do whatever the fuck you want. In general. Whatever you want is usually... If you like it, then go with it. Oh, I can't believe I'm about to bring up this fucking color, but I will. Pom 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 pom. You can see the difference in yellow. Pog. Okay. This...
Arsenic Sky donated $5 through Super Chat.
White is also technically. Bang. Ew, Crocs based. Absolutely fucking based. Here we go. Let's see this. And then... I'll show you what this is. I'll show you what this is in like 1 second. Let me just collect the colors at the moment. One moment. Again, right? What I say is not always... This is color better to show. not always like the most accurate because obviously everyone has different tastes and shit. But this is basic kind of understanding, if that makes any sense. But please do. If you want to use whatever color you want, I support it. It's probably the best. I'll have to add this here because it's true. There you go. Alright. Bang. This... Why is it blue? I'll just have it black. Fuck it. This is called the natural. Natural, black, gray, white, easy, right? Super fucking easy. Fits with anything. Never ask like, oh, will this fit with a black pant? Anything fits with black pants. Anything. Anything fits with white pants. If you wear black, gray is kind of a meh, but black and white, neutral, always fits with whatever color, whatever pattern. No joke. Don't even worry about it. It's always gonna fall into one thing. Yellow and black, it's going to look pop, modern. Yellow, white, you're going to look fresh and young. Simple, right? Whatever. These colors are what I like to call universals. It basically, it's kind of if let's say you always played safe all your life and you kind of want to try something new, right? Maroon red, lavender purple, and just yellow. McDonald's yellow. It's always a nice color to fit. It fits any fucking color. It fits any, you know, skin color. Because by the end of the day, I have very pale skin. And if I wear fucking this color, I'm gonna look like piss. I can't. It doesn't work with my skin color. Right? But this is universal. Very safe. This is usually for tanner skins. It fits nice. The contrast with your complexion will make you look more assertive in a situation. And it's very, very... It's a nice, like, wow. It's a nice pop. Blue is also quite safe. This is usually for paler skins. Like myself. Very nice. That's why I've always hated the fact that all of the clothes are so nice, but makes me look like shit. But whatever. This is usually for paler skins. Something darker, something more... calmer. But again, you can always mix match it. It's not always the best, right? The only thing I really don't recommend you to do is this color duo. Red. Shit, that's not it. Red. And then fucking yellow. Never do red and yellow. Ever. Yeah, I'm pale as shit because I'm a ghost. I can't use this color. Shit, that's on my brush. Dang. Blech, layers. Where are you? I can't use this color. Bright red doesn't work. This just makes me look like I'm trying to be a mint candy. It doesn't work. I've tried. This is a no. No. You look like Ronald McDonald. That's a no. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Spare yourself the shame. Just don't try. Wait, where's that fucking layer? Here we go. Bang. Let's just merge this. Do not do red and yellow. That shit, you'll look like Ronald McDonald. Unless that's what you want, then okay. Another thing that I do not recommend is beige. You can't really see that, but oh, you can. Beige. And pink. Like pig pink. I don't recommend this. You look naked. You will look naked. Anything that is skin colored plus pink that is like pig pink, nudity. I don't recommend it. I really don't. That's a no-no. Another thing, last thing that I do not recommend as much, but it's not that bad. It's one of those things where, like, if you do wear it, you can kind of pull the look. But, like, the chances are kind of for the minority. So, good luck. Is electric green with electric pink. It's very rare. It's very hard to pull this off. Hard to pull off. Whether you like it or not, right? It's those kind of things. It's not bizarre, but you kind of look like a highlighter if you can't pull it off. And it does kind of make you look like Barney. Yeah, it does kind of make you look a little bit like Barney. But it can work. It can happen. It's just hard. I don't recommend it for people that are just trying out colors. You know? I do not recommend. But if, let's say you're like, but Mika, I kind of look good with it. Then, I mean, it is doable. I just don't like it. It's hard to pull out, you know? Oh shit. It's hard to pull from that fucking color. And this is my favorite. Here's my favorite fucking color mixes that you probably might not have thought of. Here, let me just make a circle. You know what? I'm bored of circles. Let me just use a square that is curved on the edges, because I'm brilliant and creative like that. Merge. Okay. I'll show you a nice color mix that is not usually used, but I definitely recommend this. It is fucking cute. Like, okay, I'm trying to find the shade right now. Good enough. It is cute, actually. And a lot of people can actually pull this off. Seeing kids punching the air. Again, right? If you're a theater kid, that is a whole completely different topic, man. Completely different. I know I said neon green and pink does not work. But like light pink and light green works. This is nice. This is like a nice autumn kind of vibe. Let me just try and find a picture of it just so I can show you. This color, actually. It is very 80s. I know it doesn't seem like it works, but... bruh, it's not a fucking JPEG. It's a WebP. Fuck. Let me try and find a picture that is not a fucking web image. Hopefully it works. But if you search it, right? If you search it, pastel pink and pastel fucking green works. And it's kind of back. It's kind of coming back a little bit. Here. It's a JPEG! Finally! Yay! Yay! Okay. Here you go. See? It works. It's calm. It's nice. It's like a watermelon. It's fresh. It's new. It works. If you don't like it, that's fine. Right? I'm not saying you have to. But it's a color combination you might think of. Maybe one day if you ever feel like you want to try something different. But it does work, doesn't it? Here's another color combination that works. That is a bit different, but it works. Where is it? Orange? I think it was orange and green. I know this sounds fucking insane. But I have seen orange and green outfits. And it works. And this is like universal. This gives autumn vibes. This is just complete autumn vibes. Okay, not this shade of green. But I'm literally struggling to find the shade of green that I want right now. Where do I find this shade of green? Oh, okay, this is better. This is a better shade of green. There. This works. It is new. It is kind of in trend at the moment. Maybe it's because autumn is rolling in, right? But here's the best example that I can find, just out of a whim. I don't know if I can even show these pictures. I'll crop their faces out. There. Earthy. It's autumn. It's not too muddy. You don't look like you are literally doing minimalism, but you still look fresh. It's nice if, let's say, you like to wear something that is brown or beige and you want to try and be fresher. This is a nice combo for you. Definitely a nice combo for you. I recommend it. That is more like turquoise, technically. Turquoise or green, it does work. There's another one, right? If, let's say, you're like, oh, Mika, I have always been a very pop kind of color. Like, I like pop colors, you know? I like pink, I like blue. Here's a nice toxic mix that works. I like to call it toxic because if once you put it on, it does kind of look a bit toxic. Not that shade of orange, but okay. Orange and purple. Orange and purple works. Like, and this is not just for character design. You can always reference these colors These are those kind of colors that I would say are a bit odd. They're like a little bit different, but if you wear it outside, it does work. And this is mostly for people that like pop colors. Here's a nice example. See? I need to crop your face. Purple, orange. It has a very sweet pop looking thing. You don't look like a joke, but you don't look that serious. You're kind of just enjoying it. You look like Velma. Yeah, it's a bit too much, but I would say this is a toxic mix. It works, but I hate the fact that it kind of works. You know? It's not for everyone, but it's a mix that you can think about. It's a nice mix that you can think about. Let me try and find this one. There are a lot of weird color combinations that you might be like, holy shit, this doesn't seem like it works. But then it does, right? There's a simple... I would like to say that lavender, purple, and pink works, but that's obvious, right? Anything, if you see the color wheel, anything beside each other would work. Whether like red, pink works, pink, purple works, purple, blue works, blue, light blue, no shit, light blue, green, green, turquoise, whatever works, green, yellow works. But try not to, I mean, actually, never mind. It's fine. Yellow, orange, orange, red, whatever. That always works. The opposites also works. So, you know what? Let me just pull up a color wheel image. Color wheel. Why are they all fucking bunged? Oh, you wanna know another one? Maybe it's because lately I've been slightly in an orangey mood. A little bit of an orangey mood, I would say. Ping, 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 ping. Ping, ping, ping. Orange, blue. It works. Whether you hate it, you love it, it works. You need something in between though, I would say. But it does kind of look nice, especially denim blue. Mustard yellow, denim blue. It kind of makes you look more fresher. And I can't find an image for this because I'm trying to look for a fucking color wheel. Ah, I found one in Indo. Pog, 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 pog. Okay. Save. Here we go. Here is color theory in 5 seconds, chat. Fashion color theory in fucking 5 seconds. Let me just put this here. Bang. Boop, boop, boop. Bang. Boop. Okay. The most simplest of shit, right? Bang. Not the minions. Okay, bro. Listen, it does kind of work. Now that you say minions, now I fucking hate it. I hate you, chat. Opposites work. Opposites always work. Right? As you can see, most of the fucking color mix that I said was different is actually from just dragging this on the opposite sides. Side by side, always okay. Opposites. Shit. Why is the line so long? Ooh. It does work though. Red, blue, orange, dark blue, purple, yellow. That works, actually. Purple, green. Kind of looks like a bit putrid. Kind of toxic-y, but cute. Pink, green. See? This is the one I've been highlighting today. Pinkish, purplish, green. Nice. Bright pink, turquoise. Also nice. Opposites attract. It actually works. So that's the simplest one. And here's another thing that I like to do. If let's say you're making a new character, or you want to make an outfit, but you're kind of running out of ideas, like, oh, what kind of color would mix, blah, 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 right? And you don't want to go with white or black or whatever, or maybe you already have white or black. This is what I like to do when I get stressed. I call it like the 3 color rule. So, let's say you take red. You take red, and then you go 1, 2, boop, here. Red and green plus white. Or let's say blue. Boop, boop. Blue, purple plus black. It's those kind of things where you go 2 colors from one panel, and then you add a neutral color. So for example, red, green, with white. It's not bad. You kind of look... As long as it's not patterned, it'll be fine. Right? Let's see this. Blue. Purple. With a little bit of black. Not bad. That is Christmas colors. Yeah, that is legit Christmas colors. Pink. Shit. Please click pink. Thank you. Okay, obviously purple. Yellow. Not bad. Not bad at all. It works as long as you can style it. But these are things that you would rather have something mixed into. You see what I mean? My safest color to mix is black. But pink, yellow, black. Purple, blue, black. I call it the 3 color wheel rule. It kind of works with a lot of things. And it kind of helps you like get out of like a creative art block if you really need it. See? Obviously, black, rule of thumb, blacks makes you look more sophisticated, white makes you look happier. So it depends on what kind of look you want. See black and let's say a shade of white that I can show on my screen, please. Kind of, you can see it. See? With white, you look more happy. With black, you look more sophisticated. So, but I like to just go with black. I call it the 3 color rule. It works with fashion. And I know a lot of artists actually do this as well, which is great, I think. And let's say here. I'll add yellow to it on top so they can see that it does mix. Green, yellow, green, purple. It works. Yeah, there's a triangle rule, but I've never really understood that one as much. So here is just some stuff where if let's say you're like, I don't know how to mix and match, right? These are some ideas. Either opposites attract right beside it or the 3rd color from the color you choose. Let's say you're in the mood for pink. Let's say you're in the mood for pink. Pinky. And then you want to do the opposite rule. Bang. Or you want to do the 3rd rule, which I already did there, but I'll just pick the other opposite then. Purple. Kind of works. And that is how simple it is. It is the most simplest shit to do. It kind of helps me get me at least out of an art block. I don't know if it helps everyone. Obviously, I can't say that like, oh yeah, this is 100% guarantee. I don't know about that one, buddy, but it's a nice thing to kind of experiment with, especially when you're struggling to find something you enjoy or a color mix you like. There. Yeah. These are just examples of color mixing. And you don't really need to understand color. The best way of saying it is red catches attention. Whether it's good or bad attention, red causes alert. Orange neutral. Yellow bright. I hate yellow, but that's just me. But yellow makes you look happy, logically. Summer reminds people of a park. Yellow reminds people of a picnic, actually. This is the best way I can explain this. Here. Let me go with a black color. Why does the thing in the center look like a boobie? I don't know. Red is like... Orange is like... Oh. Yellow is like smile. Yeah. Green is like nature. I can't spell nature. I'll just draw a leaf. Both greens are just nature. Makes you look more... nature. Or some shit like that. Turquoise. It's kind of like an okay. Turquoise kind of makes you look earthy, but also kind of calm. So basically from this...
Team Lemonade
here.
donated $10
This is how I like to think about it. Wait.
This whole stream
Thank you, Team
has
Lemonade.
actually been really interesting. I've never been into fashion. I just wear band shirts and
Band
jeans,
shirts.
but I never thought I'd actually be fascinated by it.
It is kind of interesting. Here's the way I can explain it, right? From this pink until this red. This is like shock. from this point to this point, this is called more like natural happy. From this color to this purple, slight gloominess. Slightly gloomy. From this purple to this pink, club. More hippie. More like yay. So that's the easiest way I can explain it. Very easy. If you want to have a shock factor, bright pink, red. If you want to be more earthy or happy, you want to remind people of a nice picnic in a park with their loved ones. These colors are nice. If you want to look not so extroverted, but still kind of happy, picnic in the park with close friends, this color. If you want to look calm, you don't really give a shit, you know, you don't talk as much, introvert as fuck, blues. Purple is more like, I like to watch TikTok. Purple is more like artistic, I would say. Purple is more of an artistic color. It's definitely calmer. The darker it gets, the calmer it gets, the brighter it gets, the more artistically extroverted. That's purple. I love purple. My favorite color is purple, so that's why I have a lot to talk about this color. Because if you make the color darker, like the royal, rich, dark purple, you look kind of mysterious a little bit, but creative. You know you're creative, but you're kind of mysterious. The brighter it gets, you're happy, you're cheery, you're interesting. You're interesting, but you're creative. Pink is cute, you know? You are not tied down by toxic masculinity or whatever the fuck, right? Guys in a pink outfit is cute. And I know people are like, oh my god, I used to say I hate pink because I want to be one of the boys, you know? I was like, oh, I'm one of the boys, I don't like pink. But bruh, I love pink. Pink is a cute color. What can you say? Look at this shit. You can't tell me that this ain't a cute color. This shit is an adorable fucking color, dude. Are you nuts? That's adorable. Pink is kind of like cute. I wouldn't say pink is feminine. I wouldn't. I think people just got used to the fact that pink is a feminine color, but it's not a feminine color. Pink is just a happy, sweet color. If you look at someone wearing a pink outfit, you'd be like, oh, you kind of smell good. Without them needing to smell anyways. They just automatically in your brain, you're like, oh, they smell good. Kind of like candy. It's cute. Pink is cute, it's sweet, it smells nice, it tastes nice. I don't know how to explain it. And red is like, you want attention. You know you deserve the attention. That's red, I think. Also, fun psychology facts, chat. If red actually, because it attracts attention so much, bright red actually somewhat gives you a more attractive flair. Like, wear a black top and something red on your pants. Not the whole pants, just a little bit something red. Or have a red wallet. It makes people go like, oh shit, like, you kinda something. You know? Like, people will look. People like it. And if you want to impress someone like a crush or something, and you are a female, I definitely... yes, red shoes. I recommend this nice fit. Either a black dress with red shoes, or a maroon red dress with black shoes, or maroon red dress with just black... when I say black shoes, I mean like heels that shows your toes. It makes you look interesting. People are like more engaged in what you wear because it's red. I know. Why do you think people date people with red flags? I'm just kidding. But but red is nice. I recommend it. Blue is more like calmer. It's the exact opposite attract. It's nice. Red and white. Indonesia. Fog. Little psychology fashion hacks, chat. But yeah, this is a nice thing. Maybe if you're an artist, you're not really a fashion designer, you don't really give a fuck, but you're an artist, you're making a OC, let's say. You're making an original character, and you're like, I don't know what colors I should go. Ask yourself, is your character an introvert or an extrovert? Is your character a outgoing person, or they're more secluded? Does your character like something like hobbies, or something like reading, or something that is more to themselves, or like going out to party? Stuff like that. Right? If you want something more poppy because the character is more extroverted, fun, happy-go-lucky, likes to party, I recommend bright colors like pink. If, let's say, your character is more introverted, keeps to themselves, blue. If your character is kind of neutral, like a mom character, these colors are nice, orange or these kind of greens like turquoise. very nice. Or purple, can be. If your character is hippie, poppy, fun. Lighter pinks, purple, purple, yellow. Very simple. If you want your character to have a nice mature tint, and this is a nice another color by the way. If you want your character to have a mature tint, dark red, dark. But if you want your character to be more extroverted, kind of unhinged, low-key unhinged, they're kind of insane. Bright red, bright yellow, neon colors. Neon colors make your character look unhinged. And that is color theory in less than an hour. Yay! The best way I can do it is if you see a color, does it make you feel a certain way? If it does, then that's probably the way it is. For example, Nina. Let's bring up Nina. Nina has black, white, a little tint of yellowish golden, and maroon red. She looks mature. The gold makes her look like she has taste. The maroon makes her look very, very mature. Black and white, neutral colors to blend it in. Very nice. Pretty good. And then let's bring up, let's say Vox, right? White, maroon red, also mature. You see the consistency? And like most of the mature colors are basing around maroon with a tint of like other colors. Hyuna, for example. Hyuna has, I wouldn't say a lot of maroon, but she is like red color schemes, right? It's more mature. And let's say Elira. Elira is like light blue. Light blue, white. It creates a fluffy, calm feeling. It's not boring. Blue is not boring at all. Blue is just calm. Right? Wait, you have red? Well, yeah, but I don't use it for a reason, does it? Right? A nice light blue color. It's not overly energetic, but it's not too calm to the point that it's boring. Luca, I think Luca was like black, white. I'm trying to remember out of the top of my head because I don't fucking remember their outfits. Luca, titties. That's all I remember from Luca. I mean, Luca's white and black. That's kind of self-explanatory. I'm trying to find a character that is like out there more often. Let's say Mista. Orange, white, right? Energetic, fun. It is what it is. Energetic, fun. Kind of like not too beamy with energy. It's calm. It's nice. Not too much. Not like a fucking like, wah, you know? But it's not as calm as Elira. It's a nice in-between. Anna's pastel. Anna just has a full-on pastel look. Bluish. Depression. I mean, honestly, her outfit makes her look very, very sweet. Which is a nice gap moe. But her outfit, whether you like it or not, if you just look at Anna and you don't know what Anna is like, she does look very sweet. She looks... I wouldn't say you would want to approach her, but she looks very sweet, very fragile, very soft, right? Pastels always make you look soft. Neons make you look deranged. I love neons because I'm deranged. Selena's purple. Like I said, purple is very, very creative. Creative, not too much to like extrovert, not too introvert. It's just creative. The brighter it is, you can become unhinged. But purple is a nice in-between. I've always loved purple. Always, always loved purple. But yeah, it's a nice mix. I said, it always just revolves around it. Pink is sweet. Blue is calm. Anywhere in the red, orange, yellow spectrum, more energetic. Neons are deranged and pastels are sweet. But if you see it, right, it always works that way. Sometimes people have gap moes, which is fine. It's adorable. Like Ike is blue. He's calm. And then we have Yugo. That's also blue. But like, whatever. You know? We have Luca that is like yellowish because of the hair. There's Sunny. It looks like a highlighter pen. Sunny the highlighter pen. Bonnie, for example. Bonnie has a turquoise light blue color, which is the nice in-between. It's like not too unhinged, not too stressy, not a lot of energy, but calm. Still down to earth. Very, very reliable. Right? Like, it fits the energy. And it's nice. What I like to do is I like to reference other people's colors and see how their personality kind of reflects through it. There are gap moes to it, which is great, but those are different situations, right? Albin. Albin's Albin. Albin has a very friendly color though. Maybe it's because this is just me, like, just designing wise, right? Albin has more black than he has white in his outfits compared to Mista. Mista has more whites than blacks in his outfit. But because of that, I think Albin looks more calmer to me. He looks more low-key approachable because I don't quite like approaching people that are overly energetic because it freaks me out. But Albin has a sweet tint to him. It's nice. But his colors are definitely a bit darker compared. What energy does transparent clothing radiate? Sex! Oh, sex is style. Albin looks more rebellious. That's because of the outfits that they wear. Like, not the color, but more of the look. It's more street styly. It has more strings, something loose. Another thing, super easy to remember, right? If you have dangly shit, it's more streetwear. Casual, like, the more professional, the less things dangle. The only reason why this is a thing is, here's the simplest explanation of why dangly equals street, okay? The more dangle, the more street. Back then, again, like I said, everything is influenced by music or art and shit like that. And a lot of performers back then that were more rebellious had more sex or whatever, right? Like, oh man, men with... Here's another thing. I'm just gonna show this to you. Pants, right? Wow, men have a lot of sex equal belt is never really done properly because they fuck this person, come back to work, fuck that person, comes back to work. Their belt is never done properly, so the belt dangles. So it gives a more rebellious look. But if the belt is always done and it's neat, you know, you don't really need to take that off. I know you're saying Mika, but there's a thing. Back then in my school, we used to have a mini pop quiz. And the pop quiz is this porn or is this fashion? It's fun to do. A lot of clothes are very, very porn-like. And a lot of things actually reflect from a certain period of time. And definitely, in my opinion, if you look at history, the 19th century all the way to the 20s, like 1900s, late 1900s, and the early 2000s, you cannot tell me a lot of the culture isn't fucking revolving around sex. Like, even the songs reflected, bestie. Like, back then, the songs are like, send me a letter and I'll give you a kiss. Oh my god, scandalous. And then in the 2000s, it's like, man, shoddy thick. Like, come on. I'm just saying the facts, okay? You cannot dodge sex in fucking art. It started with nudity women and then it just progressed poorly, but that's just what it is. Okay, loose belts, loose clothes, unbuttoned clothes. You want to know this? Fun fact, by the way, if you look at a shirt, here's a nice history fact that I like to say. Obviously, this is not just it, but I like to say it anyways. Beautiful drawing of a shirt. And again, you know, we don't have to be like, oh my god, sex bad. No, sex ain't always bad, right? Sometimes people have creative outlooks on it or whatever. Back then, shirts are buttoned all the way to the neck. All the way to the neck. But then, in England, or I forgot what country it was, somewhere in the West, one of the kings were not thin enough. So one of the kings were actually pretty big, and he couldn't breathe with the button all the way up. So he unbuttoned the button on his collar. He had to unbutton it so then he could breathe. And then people are like, oh my god, he unbuttoned one button. That's like fashion. And then people stop buttoning the collar. So now, no collar buttons, right? And then as times progress, men, sex, you know, they can't button properly. No second button. And now, we have fucking t-shirts that just kind of like are so low. We have shirts that are so fucking low. Like, the buttons are not buttoned at all. Yeah. Because progressively, people just become more scandalous. Even like fucking Elvis Presley was a massive icon for this as well. Because back then, right, women had to be composed. Men had to be professional. And then Elvis rolled in. People are like, wow, he's so free. Wow. Then the Beatles. Then it just continues. It slowly starts revealing a bit more in men. Yeah, a lot of fashion was either involved. It was back then, early on, it was heavily influenced by art and obviously imported of goods and globalization. And then eventually, it started becoming more to artists, music, influencers, models. right? It starts getting to the people, not like just shit that the royalty wear. People, the commoners or whatever. And then now it's just kind of per person. It's definitely per person. And you can definitely see a massive change in taste just by, you know, since I know a lot of you love anime, right? Back then, anime was weird. Now, people are like, oh my god, anime is so cool. Do you ever realize that one of the biggest reasons why anime was so cool was because influencers decide to say that they're interested in it? Like, lots of, artists, influencers are like, oh yeah, I love anime. I like anime. I like playing video games. It's starting to become normal. It wasn't because of you. It wasn't because of me. It was because influencers did it. Influencers said they liked it. And people are like, oh my god, she's so based. She's so based for liking Haikyuu. And then it became normal. It's always gonna be a thing. I bet you right now, if let's say an influencer, even Elon Musk, right? Let's be real. The moment Elon Musk said something about anime, people were like, oh my god, so normie. Normal things. It's not weird anymore. People reflect whatever they see on the screen. If a bunch of society likes one picture, that picture is probably gonna be the next trend. And it's kind of, I can bet your ass, I can bet my ass right now, right? If let's say a bunch of influencers decide to say that they like to wear outfits that have a certain print, let's say a print of my ass on it, my ass will become a nice icon, chat. Ass merch when. But that is how people work. They see, they do. Back then, people see from royalty. Now people see from influencers. But people see, people do. And it's very nice. It's a nice trend. It's a nice way to know what trend's gonna come. It'll never happen? Yeah. Sag. But the more loose-fitted, why do you think like V-necks, right? V-necks, loose buttons, loose pants, no belts, stuff like that. People are more like, wow, I wanna fuck that. It's because it gives off that vibe. It gives off like a nice wine on a boat yacht thing. But then if you're like so fit up, it looks more professional, more like you're going to go to a business meeting. Right? It is what it is. It is what, if you notice, you know, the shit you thirst for are, I wouldn't say they're naked. Here's the nice thing about society now that I've kind of realized, chat. If you, let's say, you see a woman dressed in a complete suit, like an anime character. Let's say Scarlet, for example. Or Nina, right? Not a lot of skin is shown. Not a lot of skin is shown. But a good bit on the chest area. The shoulders. The shoulders have always been seductive. The back has always been seductive. Here's the funny part, right? Ankles were seductive for the West. Shoulders and backs were more seductive for the Asians. That is just a cultural difference because of the outfits they wear. You're making me uncomfortable. That's just what it is though. It's more seductive. But they're not wearing anything like insane. It is just more like, wow, sexy. Yeah, like the nape. The nape was more interesting for the Asians, while the knees, feet were more for the... Do you think that's how feet fetishes came to be? I don't know. That is not an actual fact, chat. I'm pulling that out of my ass because, you know, feet fetish. I don't know. Man, I don't know. I'm not talking about fetish no more. But yeah, it's definitely more alluring. But then if a VTuber model... if anyone was ever thinking of making a VTuber model. If a VTuber model just wears something that is like very, very obviously out there. You know, like super crop top, super short pants. People aren't not going to like simp so much. Because the more you leave to a person's imagination, the more sexier they become in their brains. And that's how people are. Sometimes people just like to imagine something. And that's another aspect of being alluring. If you don't see the tits, but you imagine the tits, it's hornier. It's like sexier. But then if you see the tits, it's like, okay, tits. That's what it is. If you leave things to their imagination, just enough to bait them, but just enough to kind of lead on an imagination trail, that is alluring. So same thing with how you dress, right? If you want to be more sexy, I don't recommend you to completely go out there and just wear something super short. You're not really... It's nice to be more covered. It is. I'm not saying sexy equals sex, right? Sexy is another way I say attractive. More like, oh, I'm keeping my eye on you. Doesn't mean it always alludes to sex. Of course not. You're crazy. You can dress sexy and not want to have sex. That is completely normal. Obviously, please normalize that. That is absolutely weird. If you're like, oh my god, you dress sexy, equal you want to have sex. That's weird. Okay? Dressing sexy does not mean you want to be laid. But it is definitely dressing sexy. Normalize looking sexy without wanting to fuck. That's what I like to do. I like to dress sexy. Don't mean I don't want to get laid. I don't want to get laid. I just want to look hot. I don't want to look hot right now. For myself. I think I look sexy and I like looking sexy. Doesn't mean I want you to do anything though. I just like it. Normalize that. Same thing applies with men, by the way. I know lots of people are like, oh yeah, women don't actually care. Well, I digress. Because a lot of women actually do care. You don't have to be like... I keep saying this, even for men, right? You don't have to be like muscle abs. You don't. As long as you're dressed properly, that's pretty attractive. That's sexy. Right? Like, if a guy knows how to dress, that is sexy. If a woman knows how to dress, that is also sexy. Knowing how to dress is everything, chat. Keep that in mind. You know, I have said this before, but I wanted to do a stream where you guys can send me a picture of you. I'm not the type that's gonna roast you, but I will call you fucking ugly. I'm kidding. But I wanted to see what you guys wear. Maybe I can give advice. If you'd like some advice, I can give them. Like, oh, you look great. If I were you, I would wear a belt and maybe something here. Maybe I change this to a different color. Maybe I can give advice. Advice for fashion. Trying to get my viewers a partner. Buy me Kamalatica. But I was thinking of that. Maybe next week. Yes, please? Okay, I can do that. And I might do it on a hashtag, so you guys have an opportunity to flex. Hell yeah, and I'm giving you a platform to flex your outfits, chat. I might do that next week. Or in 2 weeks. It really depends, but I want to do that. I want to be able to give people fashion tips because here's a little bit... I haven't talked about this, but here's a little of my background. I took fashion designing as a major for 3.5 years, technically. 3.5 years. And then fashion designing for practically almost 5. Well, not 5. Well, yeah, 5. Because I have been fashion designing during school anyways. But I was a fashion stylist for 2 years. 1.5 years to 2. Do not remember. So I was a fashion stylist. I have said this. You don't need a fashion degree to be a fashion stylist. But it does definitely help. But you can just be a fashion stylist if you want to be. You don't have to have a fashion degree. But you need a fashion degree to be a fashion designer. And if you're a fashion designer, you can be a fashion stylist if you want. So yeah, I can technically give you fashion stylist advice. I've not been in fashion styling as long as I've been in fashion design. But I feel like I can kind of do it. I have done fashion styling for artists locally here. For like concerts or TVs and shit. So my style might not be the same as yours. Always keep that in mind. Styles are different, right? Because I usually style people that are going to perform, I need to style them a bit more eccentric looking. They need to look more eccentric because they are the main attraction of the show. I can't just make them look like plainly. What's the difference? Artists are usually for concert performing, while for TVs it's like hosts, stuff like that, like hosting or performing on TV. And here's the difference, right? When you are in a concert, if you are performing in a concert, what I like to look is you have to be more eccentric because people will be looking at you live. But then when you're on TV, your colors need to be a bit more brighter because whether you like it or not, the camera and the lighting is going to make you look paler. Always keep that in mind, by the way. If you have a fashion shoot or just a photo shoot in general, and you have a lot of lights and a camera and it's going live, your outfit and your makeup needs to be a bit more brighter in color. Especially if you're performing live on a stage with people seeing, because people can't see that. Yeah, white lights are always gonna make you look slightly paler. Slightly. Your complexion and shit. So I would try and aim to dress them a bit differently. Like, if you're on a stage, I would give more patterns, more of the outfit look. While if you're on TV, I would give you just a slightly better color. Like brighter color. There's a lot of things you have to keep in mind. When you're styling someone, occasion matters, right? Always. Occasions always matter. You can't wear a tuxedo and go to a club. That's kind of weird. I mean, if it's like a costume party, that's fine. But then if it's just general, it's kind of weird. So when you're a fashion stylist, if anyone is interested to be a fashion stylist, always remember occasion, timing, and person. Always remember that. Occasion, timing, and person. Where is it gonna be? How is it gonna be recorded? How is it going to be performed? What is it for? When is it going to be? If it's at night, right? Try and aim for a more calmer look. While if it's in the morning, you can always aim for a more brighter look. The timing is very important as well. And the person wearing it. Is the person going to talk a lot? Is the person going to move a lot? Is the person just going to sit down? If the person is sitting down, there's a table, you don't need to give a shit about the pants. What you really need to care about is the outfit, the t-shirt, the top, right? The clothing on the body, if they're going to have a table, because no one's gonna see the pants. The person wearing it, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna do it? Do they talk a lot? Do they have to do a lot? Do they have to move? Are they just gonna stand there? Are they gonna have dinner? What they're gonna do? There's a lot of things you gotta think about. And if you're a fashion stylist, you'll pick it up with experience. My best advice for anyone that is taking fashion, try and find a quote-unquote mentor. I wouldn't say mentor like they will teach you, but someone that you can see, you know? Like, a fashion stylist or a fashion designer always has a helper. And no one talks about this, but the helper is usually either an intern or a friend that wants to learn. During fashion shoots, you need an extra set of hands to help you. So try and be that set of hands for a year. You know, follow them around. How do they do it? Why do they do the things they do? Why did they fold this? Why did they remove that? Why is it for? You know, always ask questions. During that 1 year, always ask questions. Maybe not to the mentor, but yourself. Something to think about, right? That way, you can have it as second nature. There's a lot of things that I do that I can't really explain at the moment, but it's just natural to do. Like, I know naturally I'm not gonna give a TV show a tank top. That's weird. Even if the tank top is branded and shit, that's weird. Don't do that. Because no one wants to see nude arms on TV. Why? I don't know. Have you seen a TV host and you can see their whole arm and it's a dude? That's weird. People don't like to see man arms on talk shows on TVs for some reason. And you don't know why. But it's just something that comes secondhand nature to you. It's like, kind of weird. A little weird. Yeah. Freddie Mercury? Does Freddie Mercury look like he's fucking hosting a movie or a TV show? Oh, Freddie Mercury's a performer. There's just stuff that becomes second nature. And that second nature you cannot get with however long education you get. If you just stay indoors, read books and whatever, you can't get that experience. You need to have someone you follow around, you tail around like a little kid, and you just watch what they do. You watch what they do and you learn from it. I definitely recommend that. It helps a lot. Like, my early years in fashion, I was in class for 3 months. After that, I would have classes, I would have shows, I would have classes, afterwards I have an interview, stuff like that.
100 Swedish krona through super chat. Chat should dress like we are going on a date and have Mika roasters.
Oh my god. Oh, sweats. I'm not a big roaster. Like an unwritten rule? Yeah, like secondhand nature kind of thing. After my first 3 or 5 months, I forgot. After my 3 or 5 months, I joined competitions. And then that's how I start having connections with people. I follow them around. I worked a little in like magazine companies. I worked a little for fashion shows. Just helping around in the backstage, right? Helping in backstage. Photo shoots, helping with like the crew, helping with fits. You don't really get to be anything, like you don't get like the center of attention. But when you're running around helping people, it's nice to stop and look. You look at why they do the things they do. And suddenly, it becomes secondhand nature as time progresses. It's something that you can't get from books. I don't learn the shit I tell you guys. I don't always 100% not from books, especially not the pattern thing. The teachers will never condone that shit, right? But it's something that I learned from a designer that I was working for. Because I was like, I was like, oh yeah, do you want me to make the pattern? So then I start making from a scratched piece of paper and they're like, Mika, stop. Trace it, fucking stupid. And they're kind of mean. The people I've worked for have always been very mean. They're like, you are fucking stupid. You have no brain. Just trace it. Why are you wasting my precious time? Why are you even here? Like that. But because of that, I learned how to do it. You know? These are tips you learn as you work with people. It wasn't really as tough because I usually don't mind it. Like if I'm with someone because I want to learn something from them, I'll take whatever the fuck you'll give me. Like, if you are gonna be mad at me, bro, I'll take it. At least I learned something new. Even the ruler thing, the styling, stuff like that, people can get pissy, right? Especially because they are usually chased with a due date. Our deadlines are fucking tight. So a lot of people get very, very frustrated. And here's the sucky bit, chat, but here's how I like to think about it, right? I know there's a lot of people saying like, oh, this generation's a snowflake generation. And some, to a degree, I kind of understand. I know a lot of my friends that are like, hey Mika, can you hook me up with this person? I want to learn from him. And I do, and they only last a week. Not even a week. They get very stressed, they get very mad. It's like, I can't believe this person called me this. But I have kind of grown up with the mentality where it's like, I don't bite the hand that feeds me. You know, if I want to learn from them, I'll take whatever the fuck you'll give me. And I know that's not always the best thing, but that's how I do it. Like, if I want to learn something from you and you have like 20 years of experience, you know how the market works, you have connections, you can get whatever the fuck you want to get. I want to know that. I want to be able to do that. And if you're just going to call me stupid every 3 hours, I'll take it. You know? At least you're not fucking beating me up, you know? Like, you're just calling me stupid. You call me a lot of different shades of stupid, but I get connections, I get knowledge, I get secondhand, like, instincts from you. I'll take it. I don't bite the hand that feeds me. You're crazy. I ain't a complainer, bro. But then afterwards, right? After I fucking followed them for years, and now they're my friends, and I have connections with them. Now I realize why they were so mean to me. Because now if people want to learn from me, I do get mad at them too. So I guess it's like generational, I guess. I don't know. Like, my teachers were mean to me. And in return, I become mean to my juniors. Because that mentality, you cannot survive in the fashion industry without that mentality. That's why I'm saying fashion industry is not for everyone. Like right now for streaming, I'm nice because I'm just streaming. This is casual, right? This is very casual. But if you are my junior and your score is going to reflect how good I am as a senior, y'all better do good. Because that's going to affect my rep, bro. And if, let's say, I'm working and you are training under me and you keep fucking up, you gotta have to pick up your act. I'll be a bit more meaner, obviously. I don't sound like this when I talk to people in the fashion industry. I don't. I am completely different. Like, I am definitely more friendly and happy-go-lucky on stream. But when it comes to fashion as a work, I know it's kind of weird. It sounds very weird because you've never seen that side of me. But a lot of people have said that I was kind of cutthroat. A lot of juniors got really butthurt over me because I would be very, very forward. Because when you have only a couple of weeks to finish like 20 outfits, you don't have really a lot of space to fuck up. So I would be a bit more cutthroat. That's just professionalism. I'm not gonna be like personally insulting them. I'm not. That's a line I don't cross. I don't personally insult anyone, and I'm not going to be like, you know, hitting them. I'm not gonna physically hurt them, but I will call you fucking stupid. Like, I do that, but that's because you fucked up like 6 times today. That's a bit, like, that's 5 times too much. But that is the industry. That's why I do not recommend it for everyone. I really don't. And for those of you that are in the fashion industry and you want to take this seriously, please, connections. Really, connections. You need a very strong mentality, but you need those people. You really do. I don't think I can be where I am in the fashion industry without the people that literally just called me complete names every day for a year. Yes, they insulted the shit out of me, but hey, now they know who I am. Because when they do, they're like, hey Mika, they don't even say hey Mika, they're like, please demonstrate. No, fuck no, I'm gonna get cancelled. If I demonstrate, I'm gonna get cancelled. It's not nice at all. I know it's not nice, but I was very frustrated, okay? But these people would literally just be like, why the fuck are you even in fashion, you talentless piece of shit? And stuff like that. And they would make me do like cleaning duties instead of the fashion duties. Stuff like that.
Noidnil screamed for $3.
You kind of get used to it.
Please do not apologize for being professional and good at what you do. It is one of your biggest strengths. Love you, Ghosty.
Thank you, Noidnil. But at least, right, I'm only like that when we're working. After the project is done or after work hours, I will still invite you to go eat with me. Like, we're still friends. But during work, you better take it seriously. Like, I'm not like, okay, fuck you, I hate you. No. Like, after I'm like, fuck you, you talentless piece of shit. And afterwards, I'm like, you wanna grab some coffee? You wanna chill? Maybe? And you have to get used to that. People are fucking weird in the industry, but they're only cutthroat during work. Because the people that are the meanest are so nice after work. Like, they would be mad at me, and after work hours, they're like, hey, I found like this Korean barbecue place. Like, I know you don't eat barbecue, but they have like vegan options. You wanna come? Like, it'll be so fun. Like, those are the people I have to hang out with. And like, it's nice. These people are just serious. And eventually, if you want to be serious in the fashion industry, you need to grow a thick skin. A really thick skin. And kind of be more... Just focus on your goal. Your goal is to make a name out of yourself, right? Your goal is to make it in the fashion industry. You do what you need to do. Focus on that shit. Focus on the things you can get from these people instead of what these people are giving you, really. Like, if they're giving you shit, it's fine, because by the end of the day, right, if you leave a good impression, they will recommend you to their friends. They're gonna talk about you. People will start contacting you. And it grows from there.
AL screamed for $3.
Hell yeah. Thank
Mika
you, AL.
Sensei, I have a project due TMR, but I messed up the pattern design. I will be late. P.S. I heard you would be accountable.
Bruh. Bruh. I had a junior that did that. It's like, Mika, I'm sorry, but my pattern won't be done until next week, and I know it's due tomorrow, but I can't do anything about it because I'm so sleepy and I'm so tired. Oh my god, I snapped, bro. I fucking snapped, and I was like, listen here, I was so mad. I was like, I know you're tired. Usually, I'll tell my friends to focus on their health. But bestie, you had a whole week to do this. You want to postpone it by another week? Bitch, I'm tired. Damn, I have my own shit to do, and I have you to deal with too. I'm also sleepy. You think I got enough sleep? And I know that's kind of toxic, but you got a week. It's not my fault you procrastinated. Usually in school, it's nice. When you're still in college, they give you a good amount of time. And I know it doesn't feel like it. Like, a week for an outfit feels like hell. But trust me, in the industry, it's gotta be more hellish, because then you don't even get a week. You get like 3 days. So, appreciate... If you have to learn how to work fast, man. The fashion is a very fast industry. So you gotta learn how to work fast during college. A week is more than enough. Here's how I do it, right? First day, finalize design. Second day, pattern. Start that pattern. Third day, cut that pattern. That pattern has to be in pieces, and you have to already cut it in a fabric. Fourth day, sew. Fifth day, continue sewing. Sixth day, finalize everything. Seventh day, done. And that's how you do it. If you can't make a pattern piece for your outfit in a day, you need to speed it up. You need to speed that shit up. You don't really have time to procrastinate. And I'm a procrastinator. And yeah. It all can be done technically in 3 days. And you get used to it. At first, it's gonna feel like hell, but then you will be very grateful that you learned the skill to make everything in a day. Yeah! There are 24 hours in a day. Exactly. You eat as you sew. You will learn how... That's another skill. I can eat without my hands. Like, obviously not a meal, but I can, like, drink juice boxes without needing my hands. I'll just bite them. I can also, like, get bread and just, like, chew without my hands. A lot of things you can learn. You'll pick up the skill. Multitasking. Fashion is a very multitasking, demanding, horrible industry. So my best advice, if you do not have a thick skin and you like to procrastinate, you don't like working day and night every day, every year for until however long you are in the fashion industry. And again, fashion is a very, very expensive market. So if you are not caught up to it, oh, yikes. All of my pocket money went to the fabrics I had to get, dude. A lot of the money that I saved up went to school. And on top of that, I still had to pay for school. I was already grateful I got a BS as well. What is that? A scholarship. I was happy I got a scholarship. That saved me a lot. But like, it's a very horrible industry. Okay, it's very cutthroat. So you gotta have to prepare yourself mentally. And remember, connections, especially in your first year. First year, if you don't have connections, you have to start. There's no such thing as being too late. You can start anytime. But I recommend the first year. Always sign yourself for competitions. You don't have to win. You do not have to win a competition. It's just that people will talk about it if you join the competition. People will meet you. You will meet people. And that's what you want. You know, people don't go to fancy restaurants just because they're fancy. People go to fancy restaurants to mingle with fancy people because fancy people are rich. And if you mingle with rich people, then you have rich friends. Same thing with fashion. You don't have to win a competition, but if you mingle with the judges and you mingle with the whoever works in that place, you get connections. You don't need to win. Most of the time, I don't even join a competition to win. I join a competition to meet people. See? Big brain. Big fucking brain. Welcome, Mina Masya, to your 4 months. Am I reading it? Mina Masya. Yeah, to your 4 months. Rome wasn't built in a day, but if the deadline says Rome is due tomorrow, it will be done in a day. Exactly! Holy shit, you sound like my teacher now. Yeah, by the end of the day, chat, let's say, person A has a stunning grade record. Full straight A's, right? Straight A's for years. And person B has a group of people that enjoys them. A group of people that can vouch for them. The industry will pick person B. Even if person B has like a lot of bad grades, they will pick person B because a lot of people like them. A lot of people talk about them. So connections are very important for this industry. Because art is very opinionated and you need opinions to side with you. And that is the more political side of fashion, right? I know a lot of people are like, that's bad, you're using people. Well, that's just life, innit? You can't just tell me like, oh, I would never use a person. Bitch, I will. They use me too. It's fair trade. I give them free labor and they can insult me. The least they can do is give me their friends. Like, Jesus, it's fair trade. You give me shit, I give you shit. Fair. It's only bad if it's one-sided. If they don't give you anything and you give them everything, that is bad. Vice versa. But then if they get something from you and you get something from them, that is called equality. Everything is political these days, chat. There's no such... I know the ideal world would be nice if people can just live. Yeah, but we don't live in that, is it? The world is a very hard, cruel place. And if you want to live in a hard, cruel place and make yourself into something, you have to be hard and cruel. But obviously not all the time. Again, right? During work hours. Hard and cruel. But then after, just life is too bad to be mean, dude. Just as long as you know that this using people, quote unquote, like what I said, ain't a bad thing. Because by the end of the day, these people get something from you too. It's not you being selfish or horrible. Right? You get something, they get something. That is fair trade. You have to be at least very cutthroat. A little bit. Because, trust me, chat, the fashion industry is filled with a lot of snakes. Sheesh. These people... I play fair. I play fair. I'm not the type that's gonna shit talk other people and like bring them down at least. But there are a lot of people that will do that. And maybe you have start feeling it in college. Because I have a lot of my fucking colleague back then in college were like shit talking me. They're like, oh, you know, Mika didn't do this. Mika fucked up. Blah, blah, blah. And then I get in trouble even though I didn't do that. But you know what? Because people like to gossip. And if they have gossip on you, then they can make friends out of your expense. It's filled with slithering snakes. You have to be smart enough to at least protect your... I like to play fair. I don't shit talk anyone, but because of that, I need a strong group of friends that's going to be like, okay, don't mess with us, kind of a thing. So that's why I need connections. These connections will back me up against these people, and I don't have to be like them. But there are a lot of people in the industry. You will meet them, you will be heartbroken, and you will be stressed. But remember that you are better than that. You do not have to fight fire with fire. You do not have to be as bad as they are, right? Intimidation usually stops that from happening. So again, connection, very important. You will be heartbroken, but then eventually you'll know that these people are just passing winds. You're better than this. You be smart and not cruel. So true, Mika. Welcome, Yuki Temperature 3 months. Welcome. Ooh, but yeah, I think that's all for what I can teach you that isn't like brain hurting. That's all I can teach you, I think, at the moment. And welcome, High Tech Aztec to the Puck Champs. Welcome. But yeah, there's a lot in the fashion industry. If you find this interesting, maybe fashion is for you. But I do wish you the best of luck. I'll zoom out so you guys can see the horrible doodle I've made. You can just see Crocs go to hell, yuck, in the bottom. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. The first hour, again, for VOD watchers, the first hour is definitely very... What the fuck is this person? Okay, the first part is very basic. Afterwards, it's definitely a bit more intermediate. But if you're interested, I definitely recommend you joining the fashion industry. Kind of, not really. Maybe just pick it up as a hobby if you want, right? And again, if you ever have any questions, you can always ask me. I'm not that mean when it comes to just questions. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Dana Lovis, for the 5 gifted. Thank you. So yeah, if you ever have any questions, you can always ask me. You can @ me on Twitter. I usually read a lot on my Twitter. I usually notice a lot of @s. Sometimes I miss it. I'm very sorry, but usually I do check it. So if you ever want to @ me on Twitter, I'm fine with it, so you can do it. But again, this does not apply to all livers. Please do not @ all livers. Usually some people may be uncomfortable with it. But for me, I'm fine with it. So if you have any questions, you can always ask. Again, the rulers that I recommended, you can, if you're Indonesian, you can get it from any online store. There, you can just type Penggaris Busana, or the French Curve is also another one. You can just find it. It's very cheap. Cost like $2 for both. So it's definitely budget friendly. Just keep in mind, $2 for a ruler is already expensive. So don't get scammed and buy the one that's overly expensive. Okay, you do not need a $10 ruler. $2 is good. That's the price range. Do not get scammed. Hashtag for the question, I might eventually. But it's definitely like, it's a very picky thing. But I can definitely answer if you ever @ me. So don't be scared to @ me. I would like to help you and somehow make your college life easier if that's possible. My college life was hell. But yeah, chat, let me just take another sip of water. I talked a lot in this stream. I tend to ramble a lot and I talk faster when I'm into something. I'm so sorry.
Yes, Daddy.
Holy shit. Thank you, AL, for the $100. Holy shit.
For the $100. Why, yes. Yes, mommy.
The fuck?
I mean Mika mommy. I mean me, Mika sensei. Thank you for the fashion class. I really liked how knowledgeable you were and loved the insights. And this is also an early congrats to 1 year anniversary.
Yay!
Pogumika
you! Also, I do need to say something about the anniversary. I'm gonna tweet about it right after this. So keep your eye out. But we plan to do something. Hopefully it doesn't get affected, because for those of you that don't know, my country been having a little bit of a regime change or some shit like that, right? I can't talk about it too much, but it's kind of hard to access some games, but hopefully we can. So maybe we can play. We were thinking of playing something and then having a free talk. The free talk is safe. The playing, we were not that sure. So I'll update you guys as soon as I possibly can. We also had a project that we all kind of chipped in to do, and it was really great, and it might be delayed as well due to internal stuff that I can't really clarify, but there are some internal things that basically makes it hard to post instantly. But I will definitely retweet it once we do get to post it. I'm so sorry for the fucking changes. Things were not supposed to go this way. It kind of sucks that it happened like a day before the anniv, because we had a lot of shit planned and a lot of stuff is getting pushed back because of it. I'm so sorry, but we will still have fun anyways, chat. As long as we spend time with each other, it should be fine. But I'm so sorry for this plan changes. I do not like plan changes very much.
Donated $5 Canadian.
Thank you, Meryl.
Thanks for all your advice. You're the wisest coontie ever, _.
I am not. There are so many better fashion designers out there though. So don't always take my word as Bible, okay? Whichever you enjoy, you'll enjoy. And thank you, Karen, for the shupa. Thank you. I'm a very casual fashion enjoyer, so it was cool to hear some technical stuff. Thanks for the stream, Mika. Thank you for dropping by the way. I hope you guys got something out of it. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I haven't posted the time because we have some changes, but I will tweet about it. But tomorrow is My Wave's 1 year anniversary.
Harry donated 50,000 Indonesian rupees.
Thank you,
through Super
Karan.
Chat. I'm a very casual fashion enjoyer,
Ding,
so it was
ding,
cool
ding.
to hear more technical stuff. Thanks for the stream, Mika.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But yeah, tomorrow is my Wave's first anniversary. And as planned, we're going to do something together tomorrow. And then on the 1st of August, I will be celebrating it with you guys. So please look forward to that. I got some stuff planned. Though some stuff has to change, it's okay. We'll figure out plan B. No stressing, definitely. But I will see you guys 2 days in a row to celebrate. Yeah! Fuck you! Thank you, Croppack, for the shupa. Thank you.
Kropik donated 25 Polish zlotys through Super Chat. Don't worry, Mike. I think
Mike.
it's precious when people talk about their interests.
Mike?
And they start talking faster, get more energetic and in your face.
I'm sorry, was I too in your face? Shit. I was kind of nervous. I took notes. I don't know if you can hear my book. But I had notes written. So then I don't go like out of topic too much. Because I know I can start rambling about so many things if I don't take notes. So I was like, okay, I will help somehow. And then I rambled and I talk so fast. Welcome, Sandra, to the Pocket Jams. Welcome. How do I pronounce Kogako? I got it's lowercase.
Kogako donated
Kogako.
300 Taiwan dollars through Super Chat. I like this stream so much.
Thank you for the shupa. Thank you. But heads up, the plan tomorrow, I'll have 2 streams, right? Everyone will have 2 streams. The first stream will be at 4 my time, which is 4 p.m. GMT plus 7, 6 p.m. JST, and 2 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. That's gonna have a stream. We're probably gonna play during that stream. And then at this usual time, which is 8 p.m. GMT plus 7, 10 p.m. GST, and 6 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, that is when I will do the free talk with my Wave. And that's where I'm going to torture them with their debut videos. Don't tell them. I got it downloaded, chat. I'm so ready. I'm so excited. I downloaded my debut video and I cringed so hard. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'll set that up. And then, so 2 streams planned. Look forward to it, right? It's not instantly back to back. I need an hour to rest. So it's going to be 4 until probably 6 or 7. And then 8 again. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Very excited shit. I'll tweet about it. So yes, please be there. Because it's gonna be fun. Yes. Anyways, chat, thank you so much for coming to today's stream. I hope this gives you some knowledge that you may or may not want in life. Thank you, Octavia, for the shupa. Thank you. I'm gonna watch this again so I can fix my style. I mean, again, all styles are great. You don't have to fix anything, but it's definitely nice to improve a certain style that you already currently have. But thank you, Octavia, for the shupa. Thank you. Oh, and thank you for the shupa again. Wait, who's this? Thank you, Zaylus, for the shupa. Thank you, Mika. This was really interesting. I'm glad. Thank you, Zaylus, for the shupa. I'm so happy that the shupa design has changed, though. It's so nice to see. God, I didn't feel like I talked for 3 hours today. It's almost been 3 hours. I didn't realize. Holy shit, I ramble a lot. Fuck. Holy shit, I talk a lot today. For real. Thank you, Zaylus.
Donated
Oh,
$5
Zealous?
through Super Chat. Thank you, Mika.
Thank you.
This was really interesting.
I'm glad.
Procrastinated and now making patterns and sewing my cosplay all in one day. Wish me luck.
Good luck, Zaylus. Oh, for those that are cosplayers and they make cosplay outfits, if you ever wonder like how the fuck do you make this outfit stand up, we have a thing called kufner, or it's called horsehair, or whatever the fuck you call it in your country. It makes it thicker, and all you need to do is either glue it or iron it. Helps a lot if you're a cosplayer, by the way. It's called reinforcements. Interfacing is called kufner in Indo. Interfacing or horsehair, I recommend it. If you do not know it, search it up. It might help you in your cosplay journeys. Pelon in our country? Ooh. It's called kufner here. There are different types. It helps things stand up. It helps fabric defy gravity. So hopefully this can help you up your cosplay game a little bit. I got you. Did not know that will definitely help. I'm glad. Try and search it up. It's like this white, almost beigey, translucent. It comes in black as well. You iron it. Make sure you iron the right side. It sticks to the fabric, makes the fabric thicker, and it helps it stand. Very useful. Very useful. I see a lot of cosplayers use it. Thank you, Texa, for the shupa. And thank you, Takuan, for the shupa. Thank you. Sheesh. What is it? Someone said Texa, no.
50,000 Indonesian rupiahs through super chat. Thank you for the stream, Mika.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's a great gift for my GF? Yes, I'm not maidenless.
Man, I don't fucking know that. I've been teaching fashion. I'm teaching nothing about girlfriends. Fuck you.
I learned from Nagao views and slang and meme clippings. I like your voice.
Thank you, Takuan. Super chat. Arigato, Takuan-san. I'm glad you like my voice. I hate it. Man, imagine having a girlfriend. I don't know. You know what? What's a great gift? You should give your girlfriend a brand new Mika Melodica membership. Wow! Not only do you get to unlock perks like emotes and shit, you also get to watch member-only videos. So get your Mika Melodica merch membership now. Yay! Woo! Yeah, I'm so good at this. I'm like marketing expert, you know? Holy shit. Yeah, nice couple watch along like the couples yesterday. Membership watch along. But yeah, chat. I'll see you guys tomorrow twice. Keep the time zones in mind. I'll definitely post the waiting room as soon as possible and update you guys on Twitter. And we also have a hashtag on Twitter where you guys can send your wishes. And we will read it on stream. So we will have a hashtag. You guys can put a message or whatever gift you have. Or whatever. Anything nice, you know. And then we'll read it on stream tomorrow. I'll post this all on Twitter as soon as the stream ends. So I'll see you guys twice on Twitter. Once at 4 my time and the other at 8 my time. So yeah, thank you so much for coming to today's stream. Don't forget to eat, sleep, dream, and take care of yourself. Holy shit. Blah. Terima kasih datang ke stream kami hari ini. Jangan lupa untuk makan, minum, tidur, dan jaga kesehatan kalian sendiri. Kita karete hontoni. Arigato. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the 1-year anniversary. Hell yeah, chat. Woo! Anyway, chat, goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye forever.